No, yeah.
Hello. All right. All right. There's 1, 2, 3 of us today.
Hey.
Oh, that's not your mic. What mic you on? Oh, you're on 5. Come on, Scott.
I'm on 5.
All right, mic 5.
Sorry.
See, you're in the 4 position.
I know. But
That's
this way
hey.
I can see you.
That's all right. No, I love looking right at you.
Yeah. Because I thought about taking this one, and then I'm like, well, TJ's going to be here.
Oh,
so.
TJ Miller's coming in. He'll be here at 8 o'clock. What'd you do to the face?
I got like a jaw enhancement, some cheek enhancement.
Yeah, right? He's shaved.
A bigger forehead.
He did go full mustache. And
I went full
Like
stash.
your only stash.
Well, I was shaving, trying to make it all pretty the other day, and it just kind of botched a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? Let's start fresh. Let's just do it.
That looks good.
Thank you.
I was telling my son yesterday, we were on our way to the hockey rink. I said, man, King Scott told a great story on the air the other day about you being at the Cardinal game and you leaving your seat to get ice cream, and a home run was hit right to where you were sitting. And in the still shot, you could see Scott walking down the stairs while your buddy who was there caught the ball.
Yeah.
And my son goes, that's so King Scott. Mm-hmm. That's such a King Scott story.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What
does that mean?
What do we call that style? That's a horseshoe, right? Because look, it goes past his lip.
Yeah. I think that's
That's a horseshoe, right? Because I'm looking up horseshoe.
No.
And horseshoe doesn't go all the way down.
Let me see here.
I made it Sam Elliott style.
Sam Elliott.
I mean, you got
This
like
is
a Sam Elliott.
man's style here.
Yeah, like very manly.
Thank you.
By the way,
I rode a horse today at work, by the way.
Did your friend do anything with the ball? Did he give it to his
No, he said he gave it to his son in quotes because his son's I think like 9 maybe or something or 8.
Sweet.
So he's gonna put it in a case and everything, and it'll be in his office.
So
And then
Alex
he'll get it to his son
Burleson. So
one
it's an Alex Burleson.
Yeah.
Is it Alec or Alex?
I
think it's Alex.
Whatever you prefer.
Alex Burleson.
Yeah. The Burleson.
Superstar. Yeah.
Dude, no, I mean, hey, he's the guy that's contributing to the
He's
team
the
right
guy.
now. No, he's really good, and that would be a pretty exciting one to get. I don't know. I'd be happy with any of
I've
those
never
guys.
even come close.
Yeah, me neither.
I've never come close to a home run ball or a foul ball for that matter.
Oh, I've told this story before.
Of all the games I've gone to, never have been close.
The closest thing that ever happened was during batting practice, and we went up to, I think it was under Big Mac Land. Big Mac Land is like the top, right? That's
Yeah,
the 300.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know that little terrace kind of spot that's underneath that?
Mm-hmm.
We were there. It was me and Johnny Venus, and we were sitting there, and it was batting practice, and Ron Gant is up. And he can hit a few out there, right? And he pops one, and I'm like, oh, man, look at that. And the whole section kind of goes, like it's coming at us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's coming for me. It's coming for me. And then this old man throws an arm bar, like right in front of me like this.
Oh,
And
really?
starts pushing me. And I'm like, no.
How old
no.
are you?
Oh, I was 17. And
Okay, so it's not like you're a little kid.
I wasn't a big guy.
Yeah.
Well, we're not big guys, period.
But this old guy throws his arm out here like this, and he's jockeying, and I'm like, oh no! So low center of gravity. I know how to do this, and I'm getting up in his chest, and we're like this, and this ball comes right over, and he jolts me right at the last second, and it bam hits me right in the chest.
Oh. And rolled.
And it goes down. He's got my hands. This guy's got my arms. It rolls right to my feet like this, and then a little bit over to the left. Right in front of Johnny Venus. I mean, right at his laces.
And he has the ball.
He's so busy laughing at me getting jocked around by this other guy and getting hit in the chest that he let some kid run up and just snag it and take off running.
Johnny.
I'm looking at him going, what are you doing?
And when you watch videos of balls being hit into the stands, it becomes a free-for-all.
It really was.
People become animals.
It's so wild.
People, like, I don't know, some kind of like primal instinct takes over, and people are savage.
Dude, this guy, like, I mean, is as if I was getting arrested. I mean, he was,
I mean, people will do anything to get that ball. I mean, push kids out of the way, push women out of the way.
Those are some of the best videos. One of my favorites, though, is whenever, like, there's this one of this kid, he's probably 13, 14. He already has a ball in his glove, and then a foul ball comes his way. He catches it, And the ball that's in his glove, he turns around and there's like these really beautiful girls behind him, and he hands her that ball, and she's just like so flattered by it.
The one he already had in his glove.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So
That's
smart,
made its way
man.
around.
Well, did you see what that Dodgers fan did just a couple weeks ago? Dodgers were playing Padres. I think I talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
Dodgers
are
are playing Padres, and this cat is in the he's in the outfield, and a home run from the Padres comes up, right? And the Dodgers guy, he catches it, and he does this with his glove, and as he's doing it, he kind of hides his pocket. He reaches into his pocket, grabs the ball, and throws it back. You know, because you're supposed to throw it back.
The opposing team's ball back.
But he kept the ball. But the announcers saw it, and they were slow-moing it on the TV, and they're like, this guy's pulled the ultimate move. He's fooled everybody around him except for us.
David Copperfielded it.
That is so awesome.
So then they sent a reporter down there.
I'm like, dude, you're blowing my spot, man.
On live TV, and they said, hey, man, we saw you hide that ball in your pocket and throw the other ball back, man. What do you have to say about that? He's like, oh, all right, I got busted. He came clean, but he's like, I'm not going to throw a ball back.
No, I wouldn't either.
He's like,
I wouldn't either. If they're yelling at me to throw it back, hell no.
No way, man.
Hell no.
I did the thing when he handed me the ball to look at it because I was trying to see if you could see any of the marks from the bat or anything. I did the fake, empty arm throw and just chucked it like that, and he was like, ah.
No, I just when you watch these videos, it turns ugly.
Yep.
You could have the most peaceful person in the world. If there is, the most peaceful, Zen guy, turns into a monster.
Yeah,
if there is a baseball hit in his direction.
So maybe it was good I wasn't there.
This was McGuire here during that time? Maybe I was older than 17. Maybe I was like 19 or something. Either way, it was batting practice and Ron Gant. So it's like it wasn't and it wasn't a home run from Mark McGuire, and still this guy was mauling me. So I can't imagine being in the outfield, being in the bleachers or something. You know what I mean? And it's a playoff game, and Mark McGuire's up there, and a ball's coming towards you.
Dude.
The balls that are going to be worth something.
Yeah, you leave with broken fingers.
That's why people were falling off ledges and everything.
Oh yeah, when they fall over the railings, the best.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Best. Oh, somebody said look up Zach Hampel. I guess this is a guy that he's collected 12,000 baseballs from around Major League Baseball stadiums.
Holy cow. Okay, so Ron Gant was with the Cards from 96
you'd have been
to
17.
98. So, yeah. Yeah, we were in high school, just going down to the game. Having fun, getting hit with balls. And this thing hit me in the chest, man.
Okay.
And I was fine because I was all jacked up on, fighting the old man adrenaline.
This guy, Zach Hampel, goes around to stadiums, and his thing is he goes and collects balls. And he's had some controversy. So, first of all, he caught Alex Rodriguez's 3,000th hit, Mike Trout's first career home run.
Same guy.
What the heck?
So they say he's a bit aggressive.
You think?
He's seen bumping like kids out of the way to try to catch balls. What a dick. New York Post refers to him as the most hated fan in baseball.
Whoa.
Wow.
Clayton Kershaw once refused to give him a ball because Hampel already had 7,000 of them.
Oh, so they know him by face now.
In 2022, a Colorado Rockies usher witnessed an incident in which a coach threw a ball to a young fan who then dropped it. Hampel grabbed the ball. As he walked away, the usher asked why he didn't give the ball to the kid. Hampel said, because it's my ball. He dropped it, so it's my ball. What a jerk.
But his website, he makes it look like he's the coolest guy on the planet.
Oh, I tell you what, there's a couple. Okay.
Snagadelic.
I'm going to add this to my list of things on the internet that make me cry. All right, so surprise military person coming home. I see those videos.
Mm-hmm.
I get, it's dusty in here. Returned pets.
Oh, yeah.
Like if a dog sees an owner for the first time after being lost for, a year.
Yep.
Yeah, those are fun.
Pets being reunited with owners. I will also add to the list older people giving young baseball fans the ball after they catch them.
That one's a good one.
That's a good one,
That
too.
brings tears to your eyes?
Oh, man, it's so nice.
Wow.
It's so nice.
You're just like the gals in the restaurants that cry when they see
An old man by himself.
Right.
I may be getting that. I don't know what's going on. I think I got to go back to mentality. I got low T. I need a booster. I need a T booster. What's happening to me? I'm going to be 46 in August. Things are happening. I'm going through a change. Maybe I'm getting emotions. I don't know.
I'll be praying for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Mother's Day Sunday. What are we getting on Mothers? Oh, somebody forgot.
Surprises.
Somebody forgot.
Oh, dude, getting a lot of surprises.
Forget. Everybody knows. Surprises. I can't say it.
Okay, all right.
You know, my mother listens.
All right, well, happy Mother's Day, Mama Moon. And Mama King Scott.
Yeah.
And all you mothers out there. Word to your mother, in fact.
Mama King.
And don't forget, in this day and age, you got to do it for everybody. So, you know.
Well, you know what? You know what's funny?
Hey, listen, where's the line there, Riz?
Okay, and I'm going to bring that up because a woman on the internets is like, you know what? No.
I am curious because we've had interesting conversations. Remember, you know, I told the story about how my dad, I mean, I have this memory clear as day. I was probably 11 or something. Like I was just getting to the age where you got to start like really paying attention to, oh, you know what? I need to get something for my mom. And I remember asking my dad, like, hey, what are you getting Mom for Mother's Day? And he turned to me like this and said, she's not my mother.
Okay, and yes, that's...
and I went, oh, yeah.
That's a very Moonstad thing to say.
That makes sense.
It's a very Moonstad thing to say. But I mean, you're not
so
recognizing that she's your mother. You're recognizing that she's the mother of your children and she does a great job. But that's a great out.
I'm sure that, just in his defense, I'm sure he probably did something for her, but it wasn't my business.
That's wonderful.
And he was probably trying to give me a lesson of like, hey, this is on you. You do something. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But
I thought he's convinced her from the get-go. I'm not getting
That's what I'm saying. I didn't understand that as an 11-year-old. I took it as, oh, yeah, there's got to be a line somewhere, so that makes sense. And I'm asking you, Riz, because here's my dilemma for the first time. My daughter's a mother.
Yeah.
Do I have...
Yeah.
What do I do here?
Flowers.
What do I do here?
Flowers is fine.
Okay, thank you.
You got it.
Honest question.
I mean,
I'm not trying to be curmudgeon-y.
I get it.
I'm trying to ask where the line is.
This is the first year.
I never know.
Yeah, this is the first Mother's Day that your daughter is a mother.
Right.
So I think she gets one, and that's it.
Okay, see.
That's it. It's good to recognize.
I need to write these things down.
Right?
St. Louis, are you
Scott?
writing this down?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
One.
I think
The
so.
first one is a big deal.
Yeah.
Should be celebrated. And then it's her husband's problem.
Okay.
Oh, he better go all out.
Oh, yeah, the son-in-law?
Your son-in-law better go all out.
Say that every day.
You better call him.
Mm-hmm.
You better call him. You remind him.
You think he wants father-in-law police
I don't know.
in on this? I don't know, man.
Everyone wants the father-in-law to call.
Right.
Did you get your mom a gift yet? Or are you going to hit up the candle aisle at CVS again? Because they know. Oh, cool. A teddy bear holding a Mylar balloon. Cool. With a little plastic stick.
It's very sweet.
You didn't get this at the gas station, did you? Again? I got you. Look, it's a rose in a little glass tube.
Yeah, in a test tube.
Yeah, that's a crack pipe. That is.
That's what those are sold for, right?
Yeah. Crack pipes.
Is it really?
Yeah. You ever see those? It's like the rose in a little in the little glass tube. They use those as crack pipes. So, honey, I thought
Very
you'd maybe
creative.
take up a new hobby.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of websites put together lists of like last minute gifts you could still get your mom. Mostly, and if you go to like CNN and Yahoo, they posted a ton of them. Mostly it just links to YouTube. Not YouTube, but Amazon. Mostly it's links to Amazon. Google looked up the top Mother's Day flowers in each state, and carnations are number one overall.
What, in carnations?
Carnations, peonies, and hydrangeas.
Hang on, what's a carnation again?
See, I learned that carnation is the poor flower, and so girls don't like those. And I made the mistake because I got my wife because they're nice, they're colorful, they're
Yeah. Those are the ones you get like for the corsage.
yeah, they're beautiful flowers, and
Oh, yeah.
turns out, of course,
they're
they're
nice.
beautiful, but somehow that's on the list of the things ladies don't like.
Do not make the mistake I made one year.
Oh, and you got a Nestle carnation?
No, I bought my mother, my mother-in-law, and my wife got them beautiful bouquets of lilies. All three allergic. All three.
How do you not know
My
that?
mom said, I don't know. My mom said, thank you for the box of headaches.
That's good.
They're lovely. They're outside.
Oh, man.
Well, thought that counts.
Yeah. That's
Thank
very
you
sweet
for the
of you.
box of headaches. And then my mother-in-law's, same thing. Because my wife's like, oh, she loves the flowers, except they're outside now because she can't have them in the house.
Oh,
and then my
man.
wife's like, oh, me too. Everything is outside. Okay, cool. It's the thought that counts. So just
Yeah.
make sure she's not allergic to anything that you get her. Also, there's a warning like if your mom has a dog that like eats everything, there are a lot of flowers that make dogs sick. Like if petals drop or whatever. So maybe be cognizant of that. The top quote-unquote self-care gifts. We've been Googling, let me see, self-care gift boxes, incense burners, meditation candles, and callus healer. Callus healer, like for your foot. Because there's nothing quite like a corn and a callus solved to say, Mom, I care about you.
Mom,
Very sweet.
this next
I care about your feet.
over-the-counter medicine that you need is on me.
The site Eat This Not That posted a list of restaurant deals. If you want to check that out, if you want to serve breakfast in bed, but you're lazy, Cracker Barrel has an all-day brunch at home meal with bacon, eggs, pancakes, and other stuff.
Flowers
sounds
that make
good.
dogs sick include
There's a lot.
azalea, daffodil, tulip, sago palm, oleander. I mean, it
Yeah, there's a lot.
is a lot.
Just be careful. All right, so here you go. So a mom from Indiana, she's in the news after arguing that grandmothers should not be celebrated this Sunday.
Because they have their own?
So she sets aside, this particular mother sets aside a different day for her mom and mother-in-law, and her family has the same rule for Father's Day. Now, they started doing it after her first Mother's Day was, crazy hectic. She had to coordinate grandparent visits, and as the mom, she didn't get to relax. Here she is talking about it. See what you think of this. This is the mom going viral. Should grandmothers be removed from Mother's Day?
Is Mother's Day, not Grandmother's Day. After my first Mother's Day, we established these rules because I was pretty sad. I had spent the whole Mother's Day coordinating grandparent visits, and I didn't get to do anything for myself, and I was like, I'm not doing this again. Usually I make a plan ahead of time and talk to my husband about it. I like to usually go out to brunch and then we all garden, and I like to have some alone time gardening and then read my book for a little bit and get a pedicure. We celebrate my mom and my mother-in-law on different days.
So her argument is basically it should be for the active mothers, like the ones that are deep into it.
Like kids in house.
Kids in house. Like Mother's Day is for the moms who are in it, who are in the muck and the mire.
It's amazing that you asked. I'm in the chat right now, and somebody said, "What's your opinion for obligations to mothers once you become a mother? Should you still be obligated to spend Mother's Day with your mom if you're a new mom or, like you said, active mom?" Great question. Great question. Who takes priority? Is this a seniority list?
And listen, not taking anything away from grandmas.
No, you're right. Because I'm thinking right now, and we'll probably at least attempt to do something with, see my mom and definitely my mother-in-law. And I've never really thought about that before, but now that I'm thinking about it, I would kind of feel bad for Mallory because at some point she's going to be exhausted.
Like, what does she want to do? She's in it. Like your mom, love your mom.
Oh my
I'm going to talk about you.
gosh.
Yes, that's
You
right.
did your job.
Yeah, but at the same time, I would feel weird if I didn't see my mom
But
and my
you got to
mother-in-law.
recognize. You can recognize, but it should be probably about Mallory.
Yeah.
Like she takes priority because she's in it.
This is tough stuff, man. I know that sounds silly, and it sounds like I'm making light of it, but this is why this stuff stresses me out.
I know.
I make jokes about
know
it,
what it is?
and I come
Because-
off all curmudgeon-y, but this is true anxiety for me, and always has been, and
You know what it is?
and I really don't know.
Because inevitably somebody's going to get pissed off.
That's what I'm saying,
And
man.
that's what it is. Somebody, no matter how much you try,
I feel like for 43 years, all I've been doing is letting people down every one of these holidays, and that's why I'm so down on them.
Well, I think this lady sounds like this is something she does often. goes out for dinner, probably after church or something, and then she comes home and gardens, and she's making it a big deal because now she has to spend a little extra time going out of her way, not getting to do her normal routine.
No, it's Mother's Day. Like
Yeah, but
she's the one.
she's going to
But
love on her
she
mom.
says that she's got to coordinate all the grandparent visits and
Yeah, well, that's called Mother's Day.
what?
Yeah, that's just how it goes.
Moms are in charge of a lot of things.
You know, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think we'll be fine. I'm going to ask Mallory how she feels about it, but, like, I bet you she would prefer to make it about her mom.
What do you want
Not
to do?
about her.
Okay. What do you want to do? What would you like to do on Mother's Day?
Oh, I feel bad saying this, but I would like to see my mother-in-law and my mother.
Fight.
And then
Yeah, cage fight.
yeah, arm wrestle, and then and then come back and do something like a dinner or something special for Mallory.
Okay.
Right? I mean,
That's
that
nice.
seems,
I think so.
that seems like
That's nice, but then you get the
probably what's gonna happen.
You're only spending a half hour here. Okay.
No, we don't get that.
Okay.
We don't
Yeah.
get that. No. See, our families are really understanding. They respect everybody's time. It's like they know how it goes.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. I will say that.
There's also a mom named Madison Barbosa. She's going viral for, I can't even play this because it's riddled with curses, an unfiltered rant to husbands about what your wife really wants for Mother's Day. She doesn't want a day away from the kids. She wants a, quote, day where she could shut her, censor, friggin' brain off, where she doesn't have to have the mental load. Her suggestion for husbands is to plan something, or really everything. And get her a card, too. She wants one. Okay.
All right.
Do you feel like you've kind of been able to not have this over you, being 1,000 miles from where you grew up and where your
Yeah,
mom
is it
and
easier?
mother-in-law are?
Is it easier? No. I
Has
wish I
it
could,
been easier?
No, because there's also the guilt of like, oh, I wish I was, could say hi to my mom on Mother's Day. I mean, there's a call and there's a, FaceTime message. Yeah, I'm glad my brother's there. Also with my mother-in-law. There's the, oh man, I wish, face-to-face time with the parents. I bet you my kids have no idea Mother's Day is on Sunday.
That's awesome.
No idea.
I've had multiple conversations with the kids, and the girls are on it, man. The girls know it. Man, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say that. Young girls are just so much smarter than young boys, and
Well, when it comes to this kind of stuff.
it was just kind of everything. But I'm pretty sure I've reminded my son 3 times, and I said something yesterday, and he kind of gave me the, oh yeah,
Yeah, I'll get it.
the oh yeah look.
And then Sunday morning I roll around and go, hey, did you get anything for your mother?
Right.
Oh, I'm going to draw her a card. Come on, man. Draw her a card? I'm going to make her a card.
Hey, that's fine.
Hey, that's a nice one.
At least they're doing something.
Give me a pencil.
No.
Come on,
they'll go all
man.
out. They'll go all out.
Come on. So with Mother's Day being Sunday and you still don't have anything planned, maybe this will help guide you. A new survey of moms asked about their favorite ways to spend their free time. And the activity that ranked first is watching movies or TV shows. And that was just ahead of catching up on sleep or doing personal care like taking a long bath. Out of the 7 activities listed in the survey, the things that mom likes the least is going out to eat.
Likes the least.
Wait,
Likes
really?
the least. The thing she likes the least. The thing she likes the most, hitting the couch, watching TV, watching a movie.
Okay.
The thing she likes the least is going out. And I get it, because going out, that's a whole thing.
Especially on Mother's Day.
After last year's fiasco with us, never again.
Oh, yeah. Where did you guys go?
We went to that place in Maplewood where my wife's going to throw the manager out the window. The manager was such a bitch.
They didn't narrow it down.
I'm not going to say the name of the place. I don't.
Yeah. Don't do that. But like,
don't want you to
remind me of the
speak poorly
story.
about
I forgot what
Waffle House.
happened.
We were ignored for over an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And you said they were like probably crazy understaffed.
They were crazy understaffed, and we had a lot of understanding. And they were every table around us was getting their food, and my mom,
That's
my
right. It was like an
wife
hour.
was like, "Hey, are we getting our food at any point?" And the manager came over with the worst attitude. I mean, just awful, and started dressing down my wife. And then
It's over.
it It's over.
It's over.
Dang.
You got the Russian pissed. And it was. And the shame of it, the food was good.
So you guys still got to eat the food then?
Eventually, it came.
Wow.
But it was declared never
again. Mm-hmm. And then even on the way out, the manager side-eyed my wife, and she goes, "What?"
Dang.
Oh, it was not good. But again, if you ask any person who works in a restaurant, Mother's Day is right up there. Mother's Day brunch. If you are going to hell, you will spend your eternity in Mother's Day brunch as a server and a cook.
But the flip side, isn't it great for tips? Isn't it? I mean, isn't this business good?
Yeah. I'm sure if you ask the owner of a restaurant, they're like, "Yeah, hell yeah, we make a lot of money."
Oh, they love it. Yeah.
And on the whole, when it's swamped like that, I'm even just talking about the face-to-facers, the servers and everything. Like when it's swamped like that, Mother's Day is probably one of the happier ones, right? I'm sure. I mean, listen, when you flood it in there, you're increasing the level
load,
of tension. Yeah. You're increasing the load. You're increasing the possibilities of bad customers. I get that, but at the same time, as far as the percentage of bad customers for a increased load, Mother's Day is pretty happy, right? People are pretty stoked. The weather's typically nice. It's not the dead of winter.
Yeah, I think so, but I always assume that every woman is a mother, so I always say, "Happy Mother's Day!"
Oh, yeah, that's
and they get really mad.
So again, so what your mom really wants, or the mother of your kids, hitting the couch, watching movies or TV, going out to a meal is last. Also going shopping and spending time with family and friends also ranked at the bottom of the list. She just really wants to do nothing and be left alone.
Yeah, do nothing.
All right, that's pretty cool.
And that's also what fathers want for Father's Day. Pretty much nothing.
Yeah, the best gift is to take the load off. Like somebody else worry about, what we're doing today, what we're eating today.
Yeah, I think that's actually quite reasonable.
Well, good luck out there, everybody. Have a great Mother's Day. If I don't see you, have a great Mother's Day.
My wife has a spectacular move that I actually really appreciate and love, and it was pulled last night. And she's like, "Hey," I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And she was working on 2 or 3 different things, and I said, "Hey, what can I do?" And she said, "Can you just handle dinner tonight?" And I was like, "Sure." And my thought hadn't even finished, and she goes, "You went to cauliflower pizza from Emo's?" And I went, "Yeah." So she's always like, "Why don't you handle dinner? And here's what I want." It's the best for me because then I get to handle dinner.
I like how that's how you got to handle.
Exciting.
Dude, you got to order pizza. That was your handling dinner.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't actually have to handle dinner. Man. I just have to, acquire it.
Yeah,
but
my handling dinner is making the food.
Yeah, well.
But she tells me what she wants, which I love.
Hey, I got some local stories here moving, and also my Friday leftovers. There's some things to talk about locally here. Headline: car stolen with 2-year-old inside.
Holy smokes. Local?
Kid found safe. Yeah, this is local. This is Brentwood. A kid who was inside of a car at a Brentwood gas station yesterday morning was found safe and reunited with guardians. The accused thief remains at large as of last evening.
They left it running?
The car was stolen from a mobile gas station on Brentwood Boulevard. I'm trying to think where that was. 2120 South Brentwood, just after 4 a.m. So 4 a.m., mobile gas station, Brentwood Boulevard. 2-year-old kid was inside the car. The Brentwood Police Department says the kid was found safe half an hour later near a residential area in Clayton.
Ooh.
So they dropped the car too, or
no? They dropped the kid. Dude, and this is wild. So they dropped the kid off So the car was stolen at 4 a.m. They dropped the kid off at 4:30 in a residential area in Clayton. People say they couldn't believe somebody just left a kid in the middle of a neighborhood, a 2-year-old. So thank God a woman who nannies for a family a couple doors away from the intersection where the kid was found saw the kid at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the kid wasn't out there very long then?
I don't know how long. I mean, a 2-year-old at 4:30 in the morning. It's dark. The kid, no mommy and daddy are around. Strange, dangerous place.
And they're definitely not going to walk on the streets or anything.
That's right here. It's just south of 40. I mean, that's just you remember that REI? You get that REI right here? It's a block. Remember where that, What was that karaoke bar, Double D's or something right here? It's just past that. You know,
Dude.
that curve goes up and there's that bar and like a Panera maybe.
So the kid's all right. Thank God.
Ubi Clark's.
And Brentwood Police Department in a statement said this incident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of remaining vigilant and cautious, particularly in public spaces. Parents and caregivers are reminded to not leave their kids in unattended vehicles.
Oh, man.
And they did
5 seconds, you know?
They did find the car in Peevely. They found the car in Peevely at a Super 8 motel. So the suspect at large.
You know what sucks is it's one of those things where I totally get it. I remember when the kids were that small and you're like, you know, running in to pay for gas or whatever the heck it is. But you don't leave the car running. You take the keys. And honestly, yesterday was 72 degrees. What? You know, so it was like, if it's 10 seconds.
I never risked it. Never. I know.
Not once.
Not once. Hand to God.
You know what, to be honest, though, I don't think you were ever put in this situation. You were working here, you were working mornings. You probably never really had the opportunity.
Yeah, but there were times I had to, take the kid, go to the grocery store, or...
That's not when it would have happened.
You're right. I don't know. I never
been in
was...
this situation.
I never would have done it. I never would have done it.
When I was working, multiple jobs, and you're up super early in the morning, you got a job where you have to clock
I understand
in,
what...
And you're flying and you're trying to get a kid to a preschool or a babysitter that's in 7 zip codes over. I mean, dude, it's... I'm not saying it's all right, and I'm not even justifying it. I'm just saying, like, I understand. It sucks. It sucks.
I'm grateful they did drop the kid off in a nice neighborhood at least.
Oh, yes.
You know?
Clayton?
Where there's nannies and all this.
Or didn't take the kid down to Peevely.
Yeah.
I was looking up the address. How did they drop the kid off? Did we have that detail?
Are
we talking about, like, we set a 2-year-old down in a parking lot?
We set it at an intersection.
Wow.
Oh, not even in... I thought it was like... I was picturing a residential street.
The story says nearby residents said they couldn't believe somebody left a young child in the middle of the neighborhood.
Strapped in a car seat or standing?
I don't know. There's not much detail here.
That's so scary.
The person who found the kid says, it's scary to me. I mean, I'm a nanny for 2 kids, and just the idea of a little child being dropped off on the corner in the middle of the night is very scary. That's every parent's nightmare.
Yeah.
So they said the suspect's at large, described as a white man in his 20s with dark hair. In security photos, he's wearing a green sweatshirt, dark pants, and tennis shoes. If you have any info, call the Brentwood Police Department.
I mean, he looks... It's pretty funny.
Looks like who?
I was saying Chris Convey. I think it's Chris Convey.
Oh, from next door?
Yeah.
Don't say that.
I know, I'm joking. But he does look like him.
Although I haven't seen him in a couple days.
I don't think he's even...
I think he's in New York.
Yep, I don't think he's anywhere near St. Louis.
He's talking about Nikki Glazer's boyfriend. Another story here locally, and we always kind of rag on people if we're driving and we see one of those temp tags that's way expired.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've seen temp tags that, 3-4 years expired before, and you go, whoa, man. I think one of the guys from Camel X has, and I wish I would have thought of this, like a Twitter or a Instagram page dedicated to, like, hey, if you see one of these, take a picture and we'll post it.
Yeah, I think he's been doing it for years.
He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that's a good idea. So, St. Louis City officials say ticketing people with expired temp tags isn't going to cut it anymore when it comes to this problem. So in 2023, St. Louis police wrote more than 32,000 tickets for expired temp tags and plates. 32,000. So here's the new plan. Are you ready for the new plan? And I think the mayor just signed off on this. The new plan to combat expired temp tags is give people loans so they could pay off the tax money.
That's really cool. That's
I don't know. Is that gonna help?
Hey, well,
so we're in all this personal debt. We're in all this different stuff, and instead of like trying to figure out how to help people get out of that kind of stuff, we want to continue to offer more loans that they can potentially default on, and have
That's the plan.
further financial issues and credit damage. And
how can we control you more?
No,
You know how
Have they not implemented the you got to pay the tax at the dealership kind of thing?
They said that they were going to do that in the summer of 2023. The sales tax you pay when you buy a vehicle in Missouri will soon be collected at the car dealership. But remember, that bill was like signed into law, and then it
takes. I think
like
it takes
however many years it's going to
years
take
to take effect.
Yeah.
But also like.
But that is how you fix this, right? Listen, if I go and I buy a hammer at Home Depot, and I got $34, and it's $33.99, and I get up there and they say, "Here's your sales tax. You don't have the total. I don't get the hammer."
Yeah.
Or it's Home Depot going, you can pay it later.
Yeah, you know what? We'll give you a loan for the tax.
This
You pay it
70 cents
later.
will cost you $15.
Now you have to wear a sign around your neck saying, "I still owe taxes for this hammer."
Right.
I mean, Missouri could also get rid of the sales tax. on
I've got to
vehicles.
get
That'd be nice.
a cheaper hammer because I can't pay for its. I can't pay its value. So come on, man. What are
Missouri
we doing?
Rep Gretchen Bangert said one of the biggest barriers is the immediate cost of the sales tax drivers have to pay the DMV. She says there are some people out there like, well, I'm just not going to pay it. I'm not going to get in trouble for not paying it. And if I do get a ticket, it's going to be for like $100 or $200. And that's a lot cheaper than paying $1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean,
She also said it could be lack of education on the subject. She says, if I'm being honest, I think a lot of folks don't realize that when you buy a vehicle, you have to pay the tax on it.
Yeah, at a different time because we've been set up. We understand the tax system, how it's been taught to us. Purchase after purchase after purchase after purchase after purchase. Then you get to one of the biggest purchases of your life for the first time. You're 20 years old and you're like trying to get a used car and you get it and then you drive off. You sign all this stuff. You know, there's like a packet full of paper you're signing. You sign all this stuff. They put whatever on the back of it and they give you the keys and say it's your car.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can totally understand how most people or some people don't understand. Oh yeah, there's sales tax and here's.
I'm not sure if there's going to be a percentage on it, as far as like we'll give you a loan, but you got to pay, 5%.
well, they're going to make their money out of this.
You think the state's giving a 0%?
I have no idea.
You said it's the state or the city of
let me see.
St. Louis?
City of St. Louis to introduce a new program to help expired temp tag drivers. This could be just the city.
Yeah, I think this is not the right move.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you have to pay a percentage on it. And I'm not sure when this is going to actually take effect.
Is this just a Band-Aid until they get pay the taxes at the dealership? Because what is it? Illinois pays the tax at the dealership, right?
I think every state does,
Or some-
for the most part.
Yeah, I
most
think it
states-
all.
We're
it's
like
just
one
right
of
there.
only 2 states that does this kind of system.
It should just be included in the price of the car, and it's
The
done.
city said they're trying to still find a vendor or company to put this program in place and hope to get it up soon.
We looked up the details as to why they did that, right? And there was something that somewhat made sense
Maybe then.
for a period that we didn't
so
understand.
it's more of a hassle for you. So it's not fun to buy a new car.
No,
I think that's what it was.
it was something. I forget what it was, but there was some argument for why they did it that way. And I would imagine, again, you got however many decades and decades of this system working in dealerships, working, business, and that's a low margin business. It's hard to be a successful car dealer. It is hard.
I can't imagine.
So I can't imagine what kind of changes they will have to.
Okay, so think about the
figure
trickle
out.
down. So you need to pay the sales tax to get plates. So you got cars going around without plates. Pretty sure the people that are not paying the sales tax and the cars they're not paying personal property taxes either.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And what about being insured? Do you need plates?
You have to be insured to get plates.
Well, you have to be insured to get the car, right?
No.
Yeah, because I had to, whenever I bought mine,
I don't think so.
I
Man.
thought I had to immediately register it.
I think you have to be insured to get the loan. So maybe you're going through the loan process there.
Oh, maybe.
I think if I walk in with $50,000 and want to buy a $50,000 car at a dealership, I don't have to prove nothing.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I'm always asked for insurance. I don't know.
Yeah, I am. I could.
I think so, but I think that's the
And
loan.
then also, I was fortunate because the way they worked out my car when I got, this was 2017, but they included the tax with my final price.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was good to go.
Here's this, on July 6, 2023, Missouri enacted Senate Bill 398 affecting motor vehicle dealers' responsibility for collecting sales tax. Even though the effective date of the law is technically August 28th of last year, From a practical standpoint, the effective date is, quote, as soon as the Department of Revenue develops and implements a modernized integrated system for the titling and issuance of vehicle
So that means we're
registrations.
working on it.
So they have to figure out, the state has to figure out how to make sure that the dealers are all connected to their system so they can legally register the sales tax, like collect the sales tax.
Maybe it is ignorance. Maybe people don't realize they got to do it, but
I mean, what item is not getting taxed?
I do have
you
a
buy?
suggestion to the Department of Revenue, and that's to go ask your friends in the other states that they've already
hey,
been
what
doing.
are you guys doing?
Hey,
Yeah.
Have you guys been doing it for all these years?
Hey, Nevada, that has no sales tax. How do you guys do this and still make
Not
a
even
ton of
no
money
sales
and grow?
tax. Just
just
the system of when you buy a car.
there's another state that's ahead of us on this. Just ask them.
Yeah, but Nevada's a good one because everyone in California goes to Nevada
So
to
the
get their car, or then they come
So the
back.
people who are doing this, not paying sales tax and driving around with expired temp tax for 5 years, they're now going to apply for a loan. Now these people are going to apply for a loan.
I guess they have to.
Do they?
Well, yeah. Where's the
Or
enforcement?
are they just going to drive around still with the plates?
And you know, it sucks. Is I feel bad for the officers that probably are like, man, I got better things to do.
Yeah.
You know, more important things to do to protect our community rather than I got to go chase this guy down who's got the 2021 tag. I've ticketed him 3
Yeah.
times already.
All right. And in other news, and this is not local, and I know that everyone has a brain fart from time to time, but man, talk about a fart. This required so much gas that you'd have to call a gastroenterologist. That's how much of a brain fart this was. So last week, has anybody ever left a credit card at a restaurant by mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Scary. I freaked out.
Yeah.
Even crazier is this is a wild story. It was in Chicago, and it was one of those, rock and roll evenings, and where you hit like 5 different places, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, because in Chicago you can kind of walk to like 6 different crazy bars and all this stuff. And there was this one place that did not have a name. Riz. It was famous for not having a name. It was one of those
You
like,
left your card there?
oh yeah, dude. And it was like we were with the Medina Lake guys, and they're wild dudes, and they were like, hey, we're gonna go to this place. We're going to try to get in. Usually it's like a guest list only. We're like, oh, what's it called? And they're like, it doesn't have a name. It's got this private door over here. So we walked over there, and we somehow made our way in. One of our friends that was just a friend on tour with us was wildly drunk. And
You didn't get him out of there?
No, he fell and crushed a glass table, shattered a glass table. So he got kicked out.
good.
Some of our guys got kicked out, all those different things. We go to the next place, The next morning, the bus is pulling out, and I don't have my credit card. And we realized, oh my gosh, it's probably here. So we called every bar that we went, and they're like, nope. And we're like, it's the nameless place. How do
So-
we find this?
So long story short, how'd you get it?
Somebody went. The bus drove by where we thought it was. We started knocking on doors, and sure enough, we just got lucky, and somebody was in there and said, "What?" And we're like, "Is this the bar thing that was open last night? Somebody crushed a table?" And they're like, "Yeah." Like, you got a credit card for us, and sure enough, it was there.
Yeah, I've had it happen where you throw it in your card for a tab, and you go, "Oh crap, I forgot to close out." And then hopefully you call up the next morning, you go back and go, "Oh, there's your credit card." Well, last week a woman in North Carolina, Rhonda Deaver, went to a restaurant called Smith's Cafe, and she accidentally left her credit card behind. When she realized it, she went back to pick it up, but there was a problem. You see, what happened was an employee spotted the card. And in an effort to find Rhonda, he took photos of the front and back of the credit card and posted it on Facebook in a group for the town of Kinston. The photos were not edited.
Wow.
So all the information, the front and the back of the credit card,
No.
visible, clearly,
The signature, the CCV.
everything. The caption said, "Hey guys, Mrs. Rhonda Deaver, you left your card here at the store. If you know her, let her know we have it, and we would love to make sure it's returned. We have placed it in a secure location."
Oh, that's so good. It's
the
secure.
internet.
I don't know how long the card was up there. The post was, it was enough that her card was used a lot. Like there were over $2,000 in charges along with a ton of declines. So up to $2,000 was spent, and then the card started getting declined.
Oh man.
So Rhonda's bank had closed the account And thankfully, many of the charges, again, were declined. But Rhonda says she's still working through the process of disputing $2,000 in charges that did go through. Here she is talking. I mean, the poor woman's on a fixed income.
I couldn't believe that they did that, but I was sick thinking that I might be responsible for all those charges. It had been used a whole lot of declines, but a whole lot that went through. I live on a fixed income, and there's not like there's extra money every month to cover those bills that somebody else charged on my card.
Yeah, Smith's Cafe has no comment. A lot of people online are ripping the restaurant, rightfully so. Mm-hmm. Even if the employee meant well.
Yeah, innocent mistake, right?
I mean, you can't be that stupid. To post somebody's credit card info
I don't think
that day?
I don't think everyone thinks that kind of stuff through.
When you think about it, because they're like, well, it's this small town. No one in this town's going to be that kind of.
Yes. Sometimes best intentions.
I think you'd be surprised with how many people don't know.
I mean, you can't be that dumb.
I'm not going to say dumb, dude. I'm just going to say
dumb.
No, it's uneducated.
Yeah.
Rhonda, by the way, should be eating free at Smith's Cafe until this whole thing's cleared up.
Dude, I'll be fully honest. I have no idea when I learned how credit cards work or how certain things work. Like these were, I love
you
my
posted
parents.
somebody's credit card on
Listen, I love my parents, but they didn't teach me like the technology of how credit cards work or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you're an adult. You should know.
I understand.
Even a
this
working
might be
person.
a 16-year-old kid.
Okay.
I disagree. I think
you also got to question the good people of Kinston, North Carolina, who follow the town's Facebook feed. This is a very egregious ethical breach.
Yeah. There's just so much going on, man, in life. I feel like some things, and it's not just dumb people. I think a lot of things fall through the cracks with this kind of stuff.
I mean, you're actually willing to steal from a poor woman who forgot her card, which is,
yeah,
so
sucks.
hopefully these transactions are traced back, and these opportunistic thieves are held
and I'm sure the
accountable.
restaurant will make things
As I said, this woman needs to eat for free.
Yeah, or be a part owner.
Until all the credit card charges are cleared up.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what, though, that accent, like, she could stab me and say something nice, and I feel like I'll be like, it's fine. You're fine.
My buddy Matt, who lives down in North Carolina, says those people that live in that town are special.
Oh, nice. What's the name of it?
Kinston.
There's something about that accent, though. That's just so sweet.
Kinston.
Don't you think? Did you hear her accent?
Yeah, no. Here
the way she says call.
I couldn't believe that they did that.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you're just so dang sweet.
In other news, this might sound weird, but not a lot of car companies are making quote-unquote cars anymore. Chevrolet just announced they are killing off the Chevy Malibu this fall.
Oh,
That's
no. That's a heck of a run. Wait.
Dude, I was planning on
the
buying
Chevy
one in the
Malibu.
fall.
Was it Malibu one of the continuous ones, or did that have a...
The Malibu debuted in '64 as a luxury version of the Chevelle, called the Chevelle Malibu. They spun it off as its own model in 1978.
And then in the 90s, it became like this cheeseball family car.
Well, here's an ad, a Chevy Malibu ad from the 70s.
We're going to show Grandma our new Chevy Malibu.
The 1979 Chevy Malibu has the right room, right headroom, legroom, and trunk room. The right size, new family midsize.
Looks like Bill bought himself a new Malibu.
The right ingredients, like an impressive mileage rating and a beautiful body by Fisher. It's got the right name, Chevrolet. No wonder it's a family favorite.
Called Chevy Malibu.
Man,
That's it.
Was
Done.
it always a cheese can?
Well, look up 1964 Malibu. So it'd be a Chevelle Malibu.
Well, see, like, look at these. I'm thinking of these late 60s ones that kind of look like Novas. So maybe I just thought they were a little juicier than...
They wind up getting cheesy.
Like, look at that one. Like, whatever year this is, that's kind of cool looking,
That
dude.
is a sweet car.
It's like a Dodge Dart Swinger, They were like family cars, but they
also it brings out the attractive ladies.
Well,
had something horses.
Now the Chevy Malibu is the last traditional four-door sedan Chevy made.
Here, look at this. Look at this two-door. That's sick.
That's a Malibu?
Oh, maybe it says
That's a Chevelle.
Chevelles. Oh.
Those are the best Malibus.
So, again, this is the last traditional four-door sedan Chevy's making.
You said Chevelle 64.
64 Malibu. Just look up 64 Malibu.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome looking.
Was John Travolta's car in Pulp Fiction a Malibu?
I don't know. Look at this, dude. Look at this. Black on black with the soft. I mean,
yeah, but in the 60s,
The nun car?
in the 60s they were that way. But then they turned in a cheeseball car.
yeah, these 64s though, and I'm imagining the ones that survived, the 64 Malibus that survived are pretty juiced up because this is a cool car. I love 60s cars, even the ones that weren't supposed to look cool or be cool.
So again, this is with the traditional four-door sedan, Chevy's out of the market. Now they're just trucks and SUVs. Now the Corvette still does exist, but that's not your traditional
It's not
sedan.
a four-door, though, right?
And then they got the Chevy Bolt, that's the electric vehicle. So they do still make cars, just not a lot of them. Ford also abandoned traditional sedans. They discontinued their Taurus back in 2018. So now the Mustang is the only traditional car that Ford sells.
Holy smokes.
Taurus is gone?
Taurus is gone since 2018.
I've been watching this Sugar show, Colin Farrell on a listener's suggestion, and he drives a 65 Corvette, and it's just the freaking
that's cool.
Coolest car ever.
And Chevy ditched its main competitor, the Camaro, last year.
Chevy's done with Camaro?
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's right.
What's happening?
That's it. Now it's all electric cars and SUVs.
Our world is changing.
Yeah, even Tesla doesn't call itself a car company. They're an AI robotics company, according to Elon Musk.
Right.
The Toyota Camry was the best-selling traditional car in the U.S. last year, but it was just 8th overall behind a bunch of trucks and SUVs and the Tesla Model Y. The Ford F-Series pickup was number 1. So that's it. The cars we grew up with, they're dying.
Dang.
That's it.
But companies like Mazda and stuff swear they're not, like an article a couple of years ago, they talked about they would not go the EV route. They're going to keep making
the sedans, the regular sedans.
Yeah, they want to make cars for people that like driving cars.
But I'm just saying, some of the cars that we grew up with, your Malibus and your, Tauruses, they're done. That's it.
That's wild.
In food news, I want to hit up some food news before we move on. Yelp released their 2024 list for the top 100 barbecue spots. So Yelp's 2024 top 100 barbecue spots in America. And we got a couple of Missouri and Illinois restaurants on this list. So the review website Yelp named 3 St. Louis area restaurants to the list, one even making the top 15. And this was a list created on several factors, including the total volume and ratings of reviews. And I know Heavy Smoke, we love Heavy Smoke, they did not make the list.
What?
But congratulations to, and this is nationwide, congratulations to Bogart's. And I think that's Valley Park. Bogart's was number 13 in the country.
Holy cow.
Bogart's was 13th. Beastcraft out in Belleville. Love those guys out there. They were number 27, and Pappy's was number 28. Oh, no, I'm thinking Daly's. No, Bogart's is downtown next to the Soulard Market. My bad. Daly's is Valley Park.
Bogart's is 9th Street.
Yeah, across the street from the market, the Soulard Market. Great ribs.
Yeah, right, 4455.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it's the same family. Daly's, Bogart's, Pappy's. I think they're all related somehow. Literally, family. But Bogart's is number 13 nationwide.
Dang.
What about that Q39 place over in Casey? They hit the list?
I don't have the full list. I just have the St. Louis ones.
I know they get talked up a lot.
We went there.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was good.
I thought that place was great.
It was good.
Yeah.
What was that for? Oh, we went to Jack Stack's first. Remember that place?
Jack Stack's,
I think I like that better.
You did?
I think so.
I really can't compare them. I feel like they were kind of doing different things. But when you're there, it's the best place you've ever had. You know what I mean? It's one of those where you're like, oh, this couldn't be any better.
Yeah.
I think, and that's how I feel with barbecue. When you hit the top of it, you just go, oh my gosh, this is the greatest. Like, dude, the last time I had a King Scott sandwich from Heavy Smoke, I was like, this is the greatest barbecue I've ever had. And it's just one of, once you hit, there's 100%, there's 100 mark. And once you hit it, you hit it.
Yeah. If you have a good, like, man, there's something about having a good piece of brisket or like a good rib that just makes you sit back in your seat and you go, damn.
And you go, wow, they figured this out.
They figured this out. They got the formula down. Like, they figured it out.
Like, how could this be better?
Like, I've had and barbecues. Barbecue, I think, of all the types of cuisine out there, is pretty much the only cuisine that could literally take my breath away, make me like sit back on my seat and go.
Yeah, and
like a good tender piece of meat, seasoned well and juicy. And
but the problem with it, and tell me if you've felt this way as well. As soon as you have that 100% piece of whatever or sandwich or whatever the heck it is, doesn't that make then every experience after that a 0 or a 100?
No, I have to recharge my dopamine.
Well,
like, it's like a huge dopamine dump.
What you mean? The next time you go and somebody's like, "This place is great," and you go and it's not 100, you go, "I'm gonna throw this away. This isn't worth it." It's to zero. It's like,
yeah. I think
it's
we've had
zeroed
so
out.
much. We've had so much great barbecue.
Yeah.
That if it's even kind of good, it's garbage.
It's total garbage. There's no such thing as okay barbecue.
No, I've been ruined by that.
There's so many
trash.
great barbecue places around here that if you have, there's no excuse for mediocrity.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And I hate to be this guy, and I'm going to support Lern here in this way, but like, if it's mediocre barbecue, I can't believe you killed an animal for this, man. Like, are you? Who are you're? I wouldn't want to be you at the end. You know what I'm saying?
You know why? Because barbecue is one of the only cuisines that you really need to finesse it. Like, there really needs to be care. You need to care about it.
Well, it's one of those things.
And you could tell a good piece of barbecue, whether it be ribs or whether it be pulled pork, whether it be, brisket, whoever made this, it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
And I could taste it.
We're talking like true St. Louisans that have been spoiled with it. It's just like architecture, man. If you're going to make a building and it's not going to be like a perfect building, I don't want to go in that building.
I don't want to be in there.
Waste those materials.
That's a dangerous place. It's not worth it. This better be built perfect. And now that we've perfected barbecue and people have figured it out, if you haven't figured it out, close your shop.
Until you figure it out. Until you figure it out, close.
But we are spoiled in this town.
Yeah, for sure, man. But for me, it actually has kind of steered me away. It's like tattoos. I haven't had tattoos in so many years because there are so many people that are so great at it. And we got a guy right here. There's a couple guys in town that are so good at it. But tattoos are so perfect that, like, some of mine that I got, years and years and years ago are such trash that I'm just like, phew, I'm gonna get something huge and just incredible and perfect and whatever, or I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah.
Why even bother?
Why just get a nipple?
Are your kids into chicken nuggets? Like, have like an unhealthy obsession with chicken nuggets? That seems to be the thing with kids nowadays. It's like chicken nuggies.
It's not chicken nuggets, but it's Wingstop and Cane's and all. Like, there's like a chicken thing with the youth right now where they're obsessed with chicken.
It's an obsession. Well, Wendy's for some reason. First of all, their chicken nuggets suck.
Do
Have
they?
you had them?
Yes, I have. The garbage.
No.
Garbage.
Nope. Wendy's
has launched a new item for chicken nugget lovers, and they're celebrating by offering customers free chicken nuggets every Wednesday. The company announced the, quote, Nugs Party Pack, available every day in select markets starting this week. Party Pack features 50 all-white meat chicken nuggets and will continue to roll across Wendy's restaurants in the U.S. The Party Pack is available in crispy or spicy.
50.
Perfect for watch parties, picnics, and so much more.
What's
And
the
then-
price?
Doesn't say.
Oh my gosh! Here I have it. The Nugs Party Pack, a 50-count pack of chicken nuggets for $15. How big are these things, or how small are these things? $15.
They're not the biggest. They're pretty small.
They're pretty small. They suck.
They're not
They
good.
suck.
I will say this: I crashed on Wendy's fries because I thought they were just total poop. I had them recently, and they're pretty freaking good. I don't know if they
When's the last
changed
time you had
something.
Wendy's?
I mean, it's been a while, but, we were on a road trip. We were on a hockey road trip.
Yeah, us
and we
too.
stopped off at a Wendy's who was next to the hotel. And, my daughter was like, oh, good chicken nuggets. I said, give me one of those. Let me see what all the hype's about. I go, this is garbage.
All right.
And they're offering 6-piece nuggets with any purchase in the Wendy's app every Wednesday. So free six-piece nuggets with any purchase in the Wendy's app every Wednesday. See, again, the chicken obsession. Here we go. Dave's Hot Chicken. Does anybody know about Dave's Hot Chicken? Apparently, it's super hot right now.
Dave's
No pun intended. So they're out of Los Angeles. They will soon expand into the St. Louis area. According to Fox 2, they have signed a multi-unit agreement for 7 locations across St. Louis. Dave's Hot Chicken specializes in hot chicken tenders and sliders. And they do a whole bunch of sides, like house-made kale slaw, mac and cheese, fries, cheese fries. So Dave's Hot Chicken.
I get it,
coming
man.
to town.
Last time I was in Tempe, Arizona, my buddy Brian and I were just kind of going up and down that little strip there looking for something, and there was like probably 4 different hot chicken places, and we went to a Nashville hot chicken place.
Very popular now.
Very popular, dude. And that's like, College Row right there. So chicken is a thing.
Chicken's a thing, man.
Big
Chicken's having
chicken.
its time.
Big chicken.
Chicken's having its time now, whether it be the hot chicken, the chicken nuggets, all that stuff.
It's a bad time to be a chicken, but
Bad time to be a chicken, but a good time to eat chicken.
yeah, it is.
So Dave's Hot Chicken, founded in 2017, initially opened as a parking lot pop-up in L.A. Then I got 140 locations in the U.S. and Canada. Well-known rapper Drake has also made big investments into the chain over the last couple of years. So Drake approved.
Wow.
Dave's Hot Chicken coming to town. Chili's. Chili's not doing well, guys.
No.
Chili's not doing well.
The airport one is slammed.
They are closing locations after a rough 2023. They're saying 16 locations are shutting down, 16 and counting. So locations have closed so far: Fort Wayne, St. Joseph, Missouri,
Are those
Charlotte.
Are those corporate shops or are they franchise?
Brinker International owns Chili's. I'm not sure if they're franchised out, but they said locations were performing below our standards and were near or at the time of expiration of their lease terms. Out.
Bummer.
It's
So,
wild.
so with that being said, so Chili's will be starting to close and Applebee's not doing great. Applebee's shutting doors across America. Applebee's, right, an American staple.
Who is
Eating
first?
good in the neighborhood.
Applebee's or Chili's?
Don't know.
Over by our house, we had an Applebee's first.
But there are a couple chains that are not doing great. Applebee's being one of them, known for what? Burgers, ribs, wings, dollar margaritas. In 2023, they closed 46 locations because of underperformance. During a fourth quarter earnings call this week, the president of Applebee's said that 25 to 35 more locations will be closing this year. They may start combining Applebee's and IHOP restaurants, they're saying, because it owns both. The company
kidding.
owns both.
Weird.
Dine Brands Global owns both those, Applebee's and IHOP, so they may start doing the combo stores. And even Walker Hayes' viral hit, Fancy Like, in 2021 could not save Applebee's.
IHOP's doing well enough where they could do that?
I guess maybe if they start combining, they could save money on real estate.
I'm not an IHOP guy. You know me, I'm not a pancake guy. I've never been in an IHOP with other people. It's always empty.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to go at like 2 in the morning.
The only IHOP I've been to recently, the one down in Fenton, there's the Fenton ice rink down there, and you drop the kid off before a game, and you have an hour to kill. And there's the IHOP over there.
Yeah.
Never full.
Well, yeah, I've only been to the one on the Rock Road, I think, around here, but always empty. Granted,
The one
I
on
was probably-
airport was always pretty busy.
I was probably there for weird times.
Also not doing well, Outback Steakhouse and First Watch, both having problems.
First watches?
First Watch.
Man, they keep popping up. Seems like a new one opens every day or so. Whoa.
There was that Outback
Excuse me.
over by Gingham's. That's been gone for a couple of years now. Next
That
to
was in
Hot
the same
Shots.
parking lot as the Hot Shots.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Gone.
So Outback just put out their earnings results for the first quarter of 2024, and they had a 4.2% drop in customer traffic, a 1.2% domestic drop in domestic same-store sales. What that means is the number of people have not only gone down who are going in, but the people who are going there are not spending as much as they once did.
Dang.
First Watch had a 4.5% drop in customer traffic.
Honestly,
Now, what's the reason?
It's a fallout from the economy, man. People just were like,
People just not going out to dinner.
yeah,
People not going out to
the
eat.
rich are richer, and the rest of us are lesser.
and you have to tip with even if you go pick up the order, because it's cheaper than fast food to order from most of these restaurants, but you still have to tip, so it ends up probably costing more.
No, I mean, the CEO of First Watch is like, listen, just people are just being budget conscious. People are cutting back on eating. And this is not cutting out on eating out. This is not just us, it's industry-wide.
There's also a
KFC
huge,
and Starbucks also just announced drops in sales.
There's also a huge, and this is some of the fallout too. This is just the very tip of the iceberg for the fallout of the Ozempic stuff. Like there's a $1 billion industry of
People not eating.
Yeah, I mean, it's a craving reducing. It's a addiction and craving reducing drug that has swallowed billions of dollars now, in basically, chemically telling people you don't need as much, you don't want as much.
Dang.
Well, there's one place that has seen an increase, and that's McDonald's. Everybody's going down McDonald's. Their same store sales increased last quarter. As I mentioned, KFC and Starbucks also seen pretty big time drops in people going.
Well, McDonald's has brought back the McRib, so I think that saved them.
Although, don't say that. I don't think the McRib is back. Don't get people's hopes up.
I thought we just talked about it like a month ago.
Yeah, but
The McRib crazies.
it comes and it goes. I think it's gone.
Oh man, it's all good stuff there.
I think it's gone. And one more thing in your food news before we move on to the Teamers Member of the Day. This might seem silly, but could have huge implications when it comes to getting your ice cream fix and how much you pay for it. Cold Stone Creamery, which I've never been to, but I hear it's good. Cold Stone.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's where they, have all the mix-ins.
Yeah, and they slap it on the
Slap it on that cold piece of marble.
Yep, and then they
got like the scrapers.
the scrapers and put it in the cups.
So they're facing a class action lawsuit because their pistachio ice cream is pistachioless. A woman from Long Island, New York. She bought some pistachio ice cream at Cold Stone back in 2022 and found out they don't actually use pistachios to make it. They use, ready for this? Pistachio flavoring.
Oh.
The ingredients in it include water, ethanol, propylene, glycol, natural and artificial flavors, and food colorings, blue number 1 and yellow number 5. And she says she wouldn't have bought it if she'd known. And a judge ruled that her lawsuit can move forward.
Really?
And I don't know how much she's suing for or how much you could get if you bought any. Either way, it'll be a while. If she wins, it could impact the types of ingredients ice cream companies use. And they may end up charging more since real pistachios are not cheap. Yeah, if a company can get away with using an artificial flavoring instead of actually using the real thing, that's what they're going to go for.
Heck yeah.
So her lawsuit notes that Cold Stone has other deceptive flavors too, including mango and coconut and mint and orange and butter pecan. But the judge says, hey, listen, woman, let's focus on the pistachio first, okay? Then we'll get to the other stuff.
Hey.
Hey, calm down. All right, that is your food news. Now this. All right, that's sponsored by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, proud partner of the St. Louis Battlehawks. Find all the cacaws at hotshotsnet.com. From St. Peters, Missouri, Brian Upson is Brian is a longtime fan of the Rizzuto Show. Always has the guys on during his morning commute to work. Appreciates how much the show keeps Jeff's spirit alive through the stories and other memories, and a huge fan of the additions of Lern and Rafe over the last year. Just thinking, Jeff's birthday's next week. A week from today, 5/17. Brian Upson from St. Peters is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We will crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. If you missed it, Moon will read the winner, and then we'll get into crap on celebrities. It is 7:17. It's Friday. First look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more in the NASCAR Cup Series, June 1st and June 2nd. Tickets are available now at www.raceway.com. We got a lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 70 eastbound at Earth City Expressway. Further east, there is a crash 70 eastbound at Natural Bridge Road. Your point forecast today, slight chance for a spot shower, high of 72. Right now it is 56 at the Point Studio.
You know what that music means? Mm-hmm. It's time to crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. All right, so we had 3 brand new ads for you. Lern read the 3 ads. You guys voted for your favorite ad. One of these ads moving on to the Freak of the Year playoffs. And I believe all 3 of the ads from yesterday are from across the pond. No Canadian ads this week.
Wow.
So here's how it all shook out. In third place with 15% of your vote, it was nominee number 2, Christian Trail.
Oh, yeah, this is the British guy who wants a well-fit lady that he sat next to on the underground to get a hold of him. He's the guy in the Hotspur jersey that you teased. He's a creep. He's a stalker.
Well, he followed her to her office, didn't have the balls to ask her anything. Also, at the end, he says, "Do you have a hot mom? Send her pictures too to me."
Yeah, total stalker, wants to meet up with you again.
That's a Christian Trail. Out. Never to be heard from again.
Poor guy.
All right, in second place, the runner-up with 25.4% of your vote, it was nominee number 3, Max Swinberg.
This is the guy. He wants you to have a pig nose on, and that's it. You'll have overalls on, but not
he's
for
going to wear
long.
the pig nose.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have a pig nose.
He's in the pig costume.
You're going to have overalls on, but not for long. And he'd like to know if, he wants to know what it's like to be a farm animal. So he's going to basically role play a pig.
Yeah, if you remember his dear wife Nancy passed away. And
that's right. He wants you to full on treat him like a pig, but don't send him to the butcher.
Not looking to get hurt. Not into pain. Not since my dear Nancy died.
He wants the pampered farm animal.
Yep. Bacon love.
Life.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, here is your official Craigslist Freak of the Week with 59.5% of your vote. It was nominee number 1, Dwayne The Rock Bottom.
Let's rock. Man for woman, 48 years old, Brighton, England. I'm in need of a good woman that cares about making others feel good. I'm down in Brighton and have a thing for putting different toys and more into my bum-bum. It's getting to a point, though, where I am in need of a little help. We have a stony beach near, and I've always felt a sense of calmness when I see the water flow over those beautiful smooth rocks on the beach. Even when I was younger, I wondered how those would feel up in me. Help me gather some good smooth sea stones, get me back to my flat, and be my partner as I live out a childhood fantasy. Currently unemployed, so whatever time of the day works best for you, I'm down King's Cliff. So if you want to meet at the pier, we can get started with the foraging and knowing each other. Call soon.
Here we go, Dwayne The Rock.
Yeah, buddy.
Bottom, our official Craigslist Freak of the Week. Moving on to the Freak of the Year playoffs. Listen, he's a freak. I don't think that's going to be going very far in the competition.
His phone number looks just like Scott's phone number.
Hey!
You love rocks.
I do. Especially smooth ones.
You love rocks.
A real rock hound.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, today is May the 10th. Back in the day, 131 years ago, in 1893, the Supreme Court ruled on the case of Nix versus Hedden and officially declared that a tomato is a vegetable and not a fruit. That actually went to the Supreme Court.
What?
Yeah. 62 years ago, 1962, Marvel Comics published the first issue of The Incredible Hulk. 61 years ago, 1963, Decca Records takes the advice of one George Harrison of the Beatles and signs the Rolling Stones. Good call.
Wow.
38 years ago, 1986, Tommy Lee marries Heather Locklear. They divorce in 93. 30 years ago, 1994, serial killer John Wayne Gacy executed via lethal injection at Stateville Penitentiary in Joliet. He was convicted of dressing up as a clown and killing 33 young men and boys during the 1970s, most of whom he buried under his house. That same day, Weezer put out their debut record.
You said it was John Wayne Gacy, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we find out that he didn't really do the clown stuff at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bless you.
Pardon me. Yeah, like the clown
That was a side hustle.
Like the clown community hates the fact that John Wayne Gacy is associated
Like
with
they say,
clowns.
dressed up as a clown. And
Because it sounds like the guy dressed up like a clown, went out there, enticed people,
and then
murdered
Hollywood
them.
made movies where
no.
Yeah, and that's
So
not,
that wasn't the thing.
No, it wasn't even like the same period.
in my mind, that's exactly what went down. He was the creepy clown guy.
No. His side hustle was dressing up and doing like kids' parties and stuff like that.
Right, which apparently were not associated and not at the same time.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good.
My
news.
apologies.
It's good news for the clown community.
My apologies to the clown committee.
Yeah. Sorry, I laughed at you guys.
28 years ago, 1996, Twister, starring Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton, premieres. And 10 years ago, in 2014, who becomes the NFL's first openly gay player? What was his name?
What year?
2014.
Michael Sam.
Michael Sam, yes. St. Louis Rams snatched him up during the draft, only to cut him during training camp. So the Cowboys gave him a try, but they dropped him
It was a huge deal, and then he wasn't good.
And then he went to go play up in Canada.
Did he play in the CFL?
I think he quit pretty much right away up there, too.
Bummer.
Well, that's what happened back in the day. All right, it's time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities. Well, the day we all feared is upon us, guys. The spawn of Justin Bieber is gestating.
Good for them.
Justin
new
Bieber's
Canadian.
wife, Haley, is pregnant, and they showed off her baby bump in a video from their wedding vow renewal ceremony in Hawaii. That's right. Yes, they also renewed their vows. What a week.
Now we know why he's crying.
So Haley's got a pretty substantial bump going, and the source says that she's about 6 months along, meaning baby Bieber should be here sometime around the beginning of August.
Baby Bieber.
And if you're not sufficiently terrified, keep in mind that the kid is also half Baldwin. All right, that's Stephen Baldwin's daughter?
Yeah.
Stephen Baldwin.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's Stephen Baldwin's daughter.
Not Billy Baldwin.
Not Billy, Stephen.
Stephen Sliver. Stephen.
No, Billy's Sliver.
Which one is
Stephen
Stephen?
Biodome.
Yeah, Steven's
Stephen Biodome Baldwin.
Oscar-worthy performance.
Justin and Haley got married for the first time in September of 2018. He's 30, she's 27. So congratulations, you two. So we all watched the roast of Tom Brady, right? Or saw clips of it. One of the most famous clips coming out of the roast of Tom Brady was how pissed off Tom Brady was at Jeffrey Ross. That, remember, Jeffrey Ross made the massage joke, and Tom Brady walked up to the podium and yelled at Jeff Ross to knock it off with the massage jokes. Well, now we know why. Roasters were explicitly told not to make any happy ending jokes, which was a directive that Jeff Ross ignored. So comedian Andrew Schultz, who I love, was part of the roast, and he provided a bit of a peek behind the scenes, behind the curtains. And he says massage cracks, they were told, were out of bounds. And on his podcast, he said, I think that was 100% real, the whole Jeff Ross, Tom Brady thing.
Yeah.
The reason why I think it's real is because they told us no jokes about happy endings with Robert Kraft.
And Jeff Ross is the pro at this. He's like the roast master guy, and he knows it. And I'm telling you, I don't think he would have, if he would have known that he would have been threatened by the athlete guy coming up there and made him kind of look a little wussy, and kind of thrown off. I don't think he would have signed up for that to be an act. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be a setup.
Again, but Andrew Schultz says they were all told, hey, no massage jokes.
This is funny that was the line. That makes no sense.
Jeff Ross's joke went like this. On the first day of training camp, that scrawny rookie famously walked into the owner, Robert Kraft's office, and said, I'm the best decision your organization has ever made. Would you like a massage? And that was pretty much a joke. Brady then got up, approached Jeff Ross, who is known for his, savage ability to roast celebrities, and said, don't say that ish again, which many people interpreted as a pre-planned bit between the guys. Even when I was talking to Rafe, who was there, he said, no, it looked staged. I don't think so. Given Andrew Schultz's revelation, the interaction between Jeff and Tom now feels very real. If that was an act, they're excellent actors.
And he really, I would say that's over the line if they were given that directive, but it's not too far. It could have probably.
That's you can't.
It's a toenail over the line.
That one's a
right?
given, easy joke. It's just.
Yeah, he didn't like go all in on it. It was just
you
they
got to
added
go
it.
for it. Even if he says not to, that's one you go for. Because it's not family related. It's completely different. And it's
It's just using the word.
Yeah, it's just a creepster that he was.
I get it.
He must have something.
He broke the rule, but I would have assumed that Brady would have chilled.
Well, Jeff Ross, after the thing, said he actually had a good chat with Robert Kraft, and there's no hard feelings. So,
yeah.
Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys has been placed under a court-ordered conservatorship because he is suffering from dementia. So Brian's publicist and his business manager will be in charge of his affairs, including personal and medical matters. But the kids must be consulted on all major health care decisions. So his kids, Brian Wilson's kids, are Carney and Wendy Wilson from Wilson Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
So the conservators say that Brian is, quote, physically healthy and leads a full life and is currently working on projects. They also said that they will, quote, ensure that all Brian's daily living needs are satisfied and he continues to lead an active life.
I'm glad he's in good
He's been
health.
sliding downhill for a couple of years now. Hey, speaking of old, are you ready for a new action hero? Who's ready?
Yes.
Who's ready?
Me, I missed this.
We've been recycling all the other ones.
What if this hero was a nearly 100-year-old woman?
Even better.
94-year-old June Squibb stars in a movie called Thelma. It's a story of a woman who loses $10,000 to a scammer pretending to be her grandson. And when she gets no satisfaction from the cops, she decides to take matters into her own hands.
Yes.
Listen to a bit of the trailer.
Hello?
Grandma,
Danny? You sound so strange.
I'm in jail.
Oh, my God.
Mail $10,000 to this address.
$10,000?
How did you think this was real?
They contact people at random using telephone listings and social networking sites.
Like Facebook?
Sure, by Facebook.
What, should the Zuckerberg be able to fix this?
Zuckerberg.
To get it back. We all have our good days and our bad days.
And what's today?
We'll find out.
This actually looks pretty good.
Zuckerberg.
She's hilarious.
Hey, you know what's cool about June Squibb, other than she's going to be a 94-year-old action hero? Dang near St. Louis's own. She's from Vandalia, Illinois.
Oh, we'll count it.
Heck yeah.
We're going to count
That
it.
is St. Louis's
It's
own.
on 70. We, a couple, 2-3 hours.
So in this movie, Thelma, Richard Roundtree, who's the original Shaft, that's one of his last roles before he passed away last October. But Parker Posey, Clark Gregg, who's great, Malcolm McDowell, Nicole Byer. I guess it's a comedy. And June Squibb was nominated for an Oscar for the movie Nebraska back in 2013. She says, I'm so proud of myself for doing this.
Clark
She's
Gregg.
hilarious, man.
That's,
Clark Gregg.
Yeah, that's the guy from...
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah. He's Agent Coulson.
Yes. Yeah,
That
he's
guy's-
good. That's
that
a good
guy's
cast. I'm down.
Dude, this is great.
I don't know. Do you guys listen to or like Florida Georgia Line?
I don't know anything about him.
Georgia Florida Line.
Georgia Florida Line.
They were on the Treehouse Master Show.
Do you know
One of the
anything
guy
about
was.
this? So I guess there are no more. I don't know, or they threw one of the guys out. And I'm saying forget Kendrick Lamar and Drake because the real beef is between
Florida and
the
Georgia.
Florida Georgia Line
Oh
guys.
no!
Tyler Hubbard, he was on a podcast called "Bussin' with the Boys."
Oh wait, doesn't he have a whole bunch of solo stuff
Yes.
going on anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was talking about his FGLs, I call them that, about their breakup, and said that it was Brian Kelly who first wanted to go solo, and that caused him to split.
Oh, this is backwards hat guy.
Well, Brian is now fired back, saying that that's not the way things went down at all. Excuse me for a moment while I get some popcorn. In fact, it was so important to Brian to respond that he apparently moved his schedule around to do an emergency podcast.
Dude.
Emergency podcast, guys, with the same guys that Tyler spoke to. So here is Brian from Florida Georgia Line.
The boundary was, if you want to do that, we're not going to make FGL music for the foreseeable future. It's like, that's not what I want. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to make some music, and we had a touring deal. We're still going to tour. We're all excited about that. It went from, no music in the foreseeable future to, now we're not even going to tour. He was, I'm just here to tell the truth. I'm not here to try to burn down anything, whatever. He was trying to get out of the 2022 festival.
Okay. Anyway, so Brian put out a diss track called Kiss My Boots.
No
Oh, Oh man, you don't. Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
kiss my boots.
So he was the long.
down.
He was the long-haired feller. I guess they both had long hair for a minute. But didn't he just come through St. Louis? I feel like I saw
Well,
a
Florida
bunch of.
Georgia line, right? Didn't they did that big song with Nelly?
I don't know,
Really?
man. I'm so
Didn't they have a
disconnected.
Nelly song?
I don't know.
My
Oh,
ear
man.
has been far from the ground on the country music front
Yeah, I
for
feel
some time.
they were one of those that I was very snooty when they were the big thing, so I thought they were cheesy and hacky, so I never paid attention. But who knows? They might be really good, and I missed out on something. But
Yeah, I think they had some really, pretty big hits that were.
Oh, I know. I know they're huge.
yeah, they
Florida
were
Georgia line
they were
huge.
the biggest country.
But now
act
the
for a
dudes
while.
don't like each other, man. So Tyler Hubbard's gone his way, and Brian Kelly's gone his way. Now we got diss tracks going back and forth.
Oh man, this guy looks like a country version. He looks like a Nashville version of Chris Hemsworth, though, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, he's
The
handsome.
Brian guy?
Yeah, but that Treehouse Master show. I don't know if you ever saw that. His treehouse he got built is
Spectacular.
stunning. Like the guy, he's good.
Hey, well, speaking of the beef, so this ongoing Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef boosted Kendrick's streaming by 49%, while Drake's has gone down by 5%.
And I apologize because I had to pick a side.
And with that being said, 2 people have been arrested for trying to get into Drake's mansion. First incident happened around 2 o'clock on Wednesday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Authorities arrested the suspects, kept them in custody under the Mental Health Act. The latest attempt happened around 3:30 p.m. on Thursday, so yesterday. Trespasser got into a fight with one of Drake's security team. Authorities arrived and took the suspect to a hospital for treatment. So this is what's happening now.
This is getting serious. That's up in Canada, right?
I'm not sure where he lives. I know he's Canadian, but who knows what. I'm sure he's got multiple houses.
Yeah.
Hey, so Andre 3000, remember he put out a flute album?
Yeah.
So Andre 3000 from Outkast. So Outkast is not back together, but Andre 3000 put out a record of just flute songs. So you know who doesn't like it? LL Cool J, that's right.
Oh.
LL Cool J does not like the flute album.
What did he say about it?
LL Cool J is on the side of Andre being on the microphone and not the instrument. In case you were wondering, here's what LL Cool J thought of Andre 3000's flute album.
Be very, because the comments gonna be crazy. He's amazing. All right, his bars is all the way up. I'm very clear.
Yeah.
Not the flute B. Not the flute.
Not the flute B.
That's awesome.
Video Game Hall of Fame. They announced who's getting in.
No kidding.
Yay.
The Video Game Hall of Fame, and I forget who we all voted for. But congratulations to the original arcade classics, Asteroids, Resident Evil also made it
Nice.
into the Hall of Fame. Myst, SimCity, and Ultima are also in. So
SimCity deserves it.
SimCity, Myst, Ultima,
What's
Asteroids, Resident Evil. Not so good for Guitar Hero, Metroid, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Oh.
Missed the cut this year.
Does that mean they'll have another chance next year?
Yeah, they will.
I just wish Tony Hawk could get a break, you know?
They will. I think when we talked about this, I voted for Tony Hawk. That was a game. I mean, no
Dude,
pun intended. Game changer.
And
Just the soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack alone.
Changed my life.
A new series of Lord of the Rings movies is on the way. Warner Brothers announced that the first new Lord of the Rings film will be released sometime in 2026. The Warner Brothers CEO said the new movie will, quote, explore storylines yet to be told. And the original masterminds behind the first trilogy will be involved, like Peter Jackson. He will be involved in this new Lord of the Rings thing. The first 3 movies, very successful.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit.
Grossing around $3 billion.
and truly incredible.
Yeah.
Those are some of the coolest movies, and they still live up. If you go back and watch them, you're like, dang, these were great stories.
Man, I
Great
would tell you,
adaptations of great
I'm going to be honest with you, the first trilogy, every one of the movies I watched, I fell asleep halfway through.
Well,
Really?
Maybe you just weren't.
Even the theater, you didn't.
I never saw any of the theater.
Maybe it wasn't your thing, man.
I saw
not
one
my
at
thing.
on IMAX or whatever at the theater. That was unbelievable. I think it was the second one.
There's some of those movies that I continue to enjoy, and if I have the time,
It's
Even-
too long, man.
Have you seen the Amazon series?
Everyone's like 3.5 hours long, right? 4 hours long, 5 hours long, each
we
one.
we rewatched the we were going to start the Amazon series, and then we realized my wife wasn't like up to date, if you will. So she agreed, like, let's watch the other movies, and we watched all 6 of them.
Oh God!
And
it's a week and a half.
What we didn't realize is we watched the director's cut, so they were like 35
Extra
minutes
long.
long.
Yeah, like they need to be longer.
And I was like, well, I don't remember this scene, dude. And it was wild. So it kind of burned her a little bit because she gave up a month of her life to Tolkien.
But she's a better person for it.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. In news that Lern would love, and she already knew about this, 1994's The Crow, starring Brandon Lee. That's coming back to theaters May 29th and 30th. I think she talked about this off the air. Like, she's already got her tickets for one of the St. Louis showings. She loves that movie. The film, which is actually celebrating its 30th anniversary, again, coming back to theaters the 29th and 30th of this month. The new reboot starring Bill Skarsgård, that'll be out on August 23rd. And many fans feel that the original film shouldn't be touched because it's Brandon Lee's legacy. Succession star Jeremy Strong has been cast in the upcoming Bruce Springsteen biopic. He's going to play John Landau along with Jeremy White from The Bear, who will be the boss, Bruce Springsteen. So Jeremy Strong, remember his character from Succession?
Yes. Ken, what was not Ken?
Ken.
Was it Ken?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The one that looks like Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he
So
does.
he's going to be in this new Springsteen biopic. Jeremy White from The Bear will be Bruce Springsteen.
Dude, that guy that plays Ken is so good, and I didn't realize it. I thought he might be a bad actor when I remember the first season, and I was like, "Does this guy suck?" I don't know.
No, the character sucked.
Right, and then I saw him like speaking in real life and doing a couple other roles, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that guy is
he's good.
He's great.
He's good." So the movie's going to be called "Deliver Me from Nowhere." We'll focus on Springsteen's recording of 1982's Nebraska, which was recorded on a 4-track cassette tape in his New Jersey bedroom, only a couple years before he would release Born to Run. Speaking of Jeremy Allen White, The Bear, Season 3 will premiere on June 27th. That's what FX said yesterday. And there's a whole teaser on their website if you want to check that out, all their socials. So The Bear will be back on June 27th. Singer Dexter Holland from
The Offspring.
Yes, they said the new Offspring record is done. And he said all the guys were on the bus and we were just listening to the masters of the new record. He was just interviewed. He says it's done. This will be the latest record from the band since 2021's Let the Bad Times Roll. Taylor Swift has now made her way into U.S. law, with Minnesota writing new legislation dubbed as the Taylor Swift Bill. So the legislation is based on what? Tickets to her shows. So the legislation is based on the complications of getting tickets to concerts. So the bill requires sellers offering tickets to people in the state or tickets for concerts being held there to disclose all upfront fees. So it's requiring the ticketing people to be 1 gazillion% transparent.
Wow.
Like, here's why the ticket is this cost. Here's who's getting what.
Here's what it's going to cost you in the end.
And it comes into effect January 1st, 2025, and will apply to all tickets sold on or after that date. That's just Minnesota. And finally, this announcement will either excite you or annoy you. Apple, when you get a new Apple product, okay, what comes in the box?
Used to be
the full charger. Now it's just the cable.
Just the cable.
Okay, what else?
Instructions?
No, I don't think instructions have come with the boxes in a while.
That's what I meant. They don't have those anymore.
I could be wrong. Maybe there was a little...
Does it come with anything, like a tool?
It always came with a sticker.
A sticker?
Oh, it always came with an
the
Apple sticker.
That's right. I
No,
have those
that's
stuck
it.
around.
Apple will not add the 2 packs of Apple stickers in the boxes of new iPad Pros and iPad Airs.
That means prices are dropping.
Good
That's
luck.
probably the big thing that was holding them up.
Good luck keeping customers after this.
According to
announcement.
sources, corporate informed Apple stores about the change. Retail locations will get new Apple stickers to hand out to anybody who wants one, but they're not going to come with the box. Between Apple Macs and iPhones, how many have been sold, do you think?
How many have been
Between
sold?
Apple Macs and iPhones and iPads?
All of the devices?
Yeah. How many products has Apple sold?
I don't even know where to start.
gonna say-
700 million.
I'm going to say
Go ahead, Scott.
2 billion.
2.1 billion.
Holy.
I heard you say 2, so it's like, it's got to be in the billions.
Between 2.1 or around 2.1 billion Apple Macs and iPhones have been sold, which means there's a minimum of 4.2 billion of those stickers in the wild.
Wow. And I'm at that point where I got to get a new phone because mine's starting to get really pooped out. Do I dare try Android?
Oh, please.
What do you think?
Be that guy and ruin ruin the group chat.
Please.
Oh, man.
No, go for it.
You'll be ruining our group chat if you do.
Jeff was our group chat ruiner for so long.
I know.
And now it's been so convenient and nice and blue and elitist that you should ruin it and let us know how it goes.
Okay.
No, dude.
If you switch to Android, you're out of the chat.
No, you're out of the chat. But,
you're out of the chat.
But you will represent a faction of listenership that will love you because they hate us every time we talk about. They hate us every time we talk about our Apple love.
In theaters this weekend, the big one is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. What's this on the Rotten Tomatoes? I didn't look.
It's funny. We were watching last night. Let's see, what's it called? Kingdom of
the Planet of the Apes.
Of the Apes. We started watching the one that came out in like 2017. Was it War of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, it's good.
It was interesting. Yeah, my kids had never seen any of these. And I was kind of telling them. So it looks like 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Where's the Rottens?
We got...
On Rotten Tomatoes, it is 82%.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
And 83% audience.
All right. All right, that's your crap on celebrities.
Who's in that? Who's in this movie?
This one is William H. Macy. This is...
Because Woody Harrelson was in the one that I was watching.
The rest of the guys is Kevin Durant from Lost.
Okay. That's that
Eka
big...
Darville from Jessica Jones as the guerrilla commander of his army, and William H. Macy as an opportunistic human collaborator.
Kevin Durant is that big burly dude that plays like the real badass
Kevin
special
Kevin
ops guy.
not Durant.
Durand, sorry.
And I think the monkey from Every Which Way But Loose is in it.
Okay, thank you, Scott.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today, Lauren Potter. That's Becky on Glee, is 34. Odette Annabelle, she's on Walker and Supergirl, and Dr. Jessica Adams on House. She's 39. Kenan Thompson is 46. Young MC is 57. Linda Evangelista. That's a supermodel that had the famous quote, "We don't wake up for less than $10,000 a day." She's 59. Bono is 64. Or is it Bono? Is 64. Chris Berman. Back.
Yes.
He's 69. Mark David Chapman, the lunatic who killed John Lennon, is 69. Dave Mason, 2 first names. Classic rocker is 78. And Donovan. Just Donovan.
Is he in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
He palled around with the Beatles and the Stones. He was in that whole scene. Donovan.
And Zeppelin. Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones met during the recording of Hurdy Gurdy Man.
Yeah.
So without Donovan, there would be no Zepp.
Yeah.
Donovan is 78 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Melissa Jacobs. And today's birthday girl's been in 207 fine films, including The Boob Tube, Bound, Gagged, Barefoot, and Vulnerable. Costumes, optional. Ropes, required. That's the name of a movie. Distressed and Undressed, A Girl's Guide to Girls, Have a Rappy New Year, It's Dangerous to Disrespect the Diva, in a movie called Merry Christmas, You're Bound and Gagged, and Who Could Forget a Role? In 2007's Tie 'Em Up and Keep 'Em Quiet. Melissa Jacobs is 43 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, still to come, your Friday fail stories. TJ Miller should be here any second now. He should be here by the time the commercial break ends. If not, we'll get to some emails. And we'll just walk them on in. At 7:55, it is Friday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more, and the NASCAR Cup Series June 1st and 2nd. Tickets are available now at www.raceway.com. We got a lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 70 eastbound at Earth City Expressway. Further west of that, left lane blocked due to an incident 70 westbound near 370. Your point forecast, slight chance for a spot shower. High of 72. Right now it's 57 at the Point Studio.
Anyway, so in order to get into the Dominican, you need to fill out some paperwork prior to entering the country, and they give you like a QR code. You were just there. So they give you a QR code you got to show, to immigration, which is good because you got to fill out the paperwork before you go.
Yeah, most of that stuff is done in advance. I remember they used to pass out the cards when you were
They don't do that
landing,
anymore. Or you'd have to be in the immigration line filling out the paperwork, and it would just take forever.
So much nicer.
Now it's just like you scan your code and you're good to go. So I asked my wife as I'm filling out the paperwork, hey, I need the flight information to put on here. And I'm looking at the flight info.
This is the greatest.
And Frontier, it's like normally cheap flights, but they get you with everything else.
Yeah, and
You go,
remember,
oh, it's so cheap, but with all the add-ons, like you want to bring a carry-on, you want to bring, check a bag. Everything adds up.
and remember, you had the nightmare experience of a few years ago, and then shortly after, they were ranked dead last for customer service.
So I'm looking at the bill, and I go, what's a $75 charge for a bike? Like, for some reason, Frontier Airlines thinks we're bringing a bicycle with us tomorrow. No idea why.
The greatest way is the way you told me during commercial. You go, I got to deal with this thing. For some reason, Frontier thinks I'm bringing a bike.
Thinks I'm bringing like a BMX. I don't.
If you already paid for it, should you get a free one today off of Marketplace?
I think I'm
and
just
then
gonna
take it to your buddy
I
and say
have
it's his
a bike.
gift.
I think I may just bring it.
You paid for it.
I'm being charged for bringing a bike, and God forbid you try to call customer service. You can't with Frontier. Like, there's no humans anymore.
Yeah, the pilots are flying the planes.
Everything is automated, customer service wise.
That's nice.
So even if you call the customer service line, they go to our website to use the chat.
Yeah.
To use the AI chat.
Please, in as brief of words as possible, tell us what the problem is today. Bike.
But I'm being charged for a bike.
Bicycle.
I go, I asked my wife, did you click on some button accidentally? She goes, I don't, where would I do that?
I've never seen the bike button.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know there was a bike. I just can't wait to see this airplane take off. You see the bike in the very front of the nose.
On the bike rack?
Yeah, you have to put it up there in the bike rack and you fly off.
Good luck, man. We remember we had the option because Frontier is like the only one that goes from here to Dominican.
Direct.
Yeah, direct.
And my wife and I went to Dominican just a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, and it was like, wow, look at the money we can save if we did this, and we go direct. But
I mean, you get what you pay for.
Riz had that experience. I was still just too nervous to do it.
But
Well,
I've flown him since his experience, and all groovy.
I'm
Everything
sure.
was-
Yeah, I hear good things.
Just, it's never forget. It was during the COVID shutdowns. We were in Dominican, and they were closing the country up. And for some reason, Frontier took us off the airplane, like just me and my family. They were like, "Oh well, way to bump you." What? Good luck.
Bump you to a flight that didn't exist.
Yeah.
by
Bump
the way,
you to no
because-
flight
because they shut down.
I'm like, "Excuse me, this is the last flight out of town."
So he was almost stuck in the.
They said
Dominican.
find the embassy. Oh, okay, that's good.
Find the embassy. It's that way, and then when you turn your head, they ran away.
I'm like, I don't even know where I am. Geographically, I don't even know where I am in the world. I know I'm on some island, and Haiti's not far away.
All right, I'm
That's
going
about
to
it.
book a flight here. We'll see if I can get a bicycle.
Do you still not know where it is?
No, I know where it is.
Okay.
Find the embassy, my ass. So, yeah, it's taken me a while to forgive them.
There's no embassy near that airport either, is there?
No.
'Cause
I
it's
wasn't
like-
even at the airport. I was still at the resort.
That airport's like half open.
I was still at the resort when we found out we were bumped. I was looking for the check-in button.
No way.
Remember, that's the vacation I went on with the boss. His family got home fine. Southwest stepped up and got the Riz family home. That's right.
Nice work, Southwest.
The Dominican is a hop, skip, and jump. So the end of Florida, you go straight down and you hit Cuba. You go all the way to the western end of Cuba, and you swim a little bit, and then there's Haiti. And then on the other side of Haiti, on the other side of the island.
Yeah, I'm going to roll up to Lambert on my bike.
I don't
already
think it's a
paid
bad
for it.
idea.
So where's TJ Miller? Down the hall still?
Yep.
That's all right. All right, we got time for a couple emails while he's finishing up his chat with another radio station.
Okay, emails brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Let's start with, well, you know what? We've been talking about Mother's Day, and we just got this email over. It said, "Good morning, boys. Just me, but I've always gotten my daughter something for Mother's Day just because she and my son-in-law, of course, have given me grandchildren who make me smile and laugh every day. I do the same for my son-in-law on Father's Day. They have filled my life with so much that recognizing them once a year is a privilege that I look forward to and don't take for granted."
Oh, okay, they're overachiever.
That was Lori.
That's nice.
That was nice.
That's nice of you. All right. Fine. I think you should get something for your daughter, though.
Yeah.
It's her first Mother's
You said
Day.
first year. Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
First year. Yeah, you got to get something. Next.
Okay. Riz, I have heard Moon raving about this show, referring to Three Body Problem. I would like to recommend to you to never turn this waste of a program on. There are a few cool moments in the show, but it's a build-up to nothing. Watch reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond instead. Happy birthday.
Whoa.
Wow, it's a good
So
review.
this is the show that Moon's been raving about. Three
I
Body
love
Problem,
it.
man. You got to watch it.
I thought it was great. I think you would enjoy it too.
I mean, I saw the trailer. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I watched the very first episode. I thought it was great. Quite entertaining.
It's got a good cast.
Cool sci-fi stuff. I really like it. I like the cast. I like the writing.
Well, let's see if it hooks me first episode. Is this a plane watching show? Maybe I'll watch it on the plane.
Yeah, if you watch it on the plane, you're gonna watch it with your wife.
No.
Okay. I thought it was a cool couples watch for my wife and I.
Like that. It's space and stuff like that. I don't think she's into that. She's
Yes
not
and
into
no.
sci-fi, really.
Okay.
Maybe she is. I don't know. I don't know. I'll go into the cave first to see if it's safe. Mm-hmm. And if it's good, I'll be like, hey, we need to watch this.
Yeah. Okay.
And she can watch an episode on her own.
This guy says it's total trash, and
okay, well,
I liked it.
Tell me sir, whatever your name is, what do you like? Give me a recommendation besides reruns that everybody else loves Raymond. I would like to see what he likes, just to see maybe we're not. If he likes something that I think is garbage, we're not on the same page.
Yeah.
If he says watch this and I've already seen it and
it's junk. Well, I can. If you want me to explain the ending, I found the spoiler here. We can.
Don't do it.
Oh,
don't do that.
Next,
Mr. Rizzuto.
Yeah.
As a SLU Law alumni, I'm contacting you in regard to your comments on Tuesday's show, which you implicitly denigrated SLU. Please cease and desist all further commentary which belittles SLU. Any additional disparaging comments will be met with a full force of whining and complaining. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Whining and complaining. What did I say about SLU?
I forget, but you did. You ripped him hard.
Was it why is Jennifer Coolidge doing a wash you commencement speech?
Yeah. And it was something like that.
Like, so Stifler's mom is doing the commencement speech at Wash U. Again, Stifler's mom. Wash U, very prestigious school.
Yes.
The school of business, the school of medicine. And Stifler's mom's doing the commencement speech. But did I say maybe that's more of a SLU thing?
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. But this guy wasn't evident.
Well, my apologies to everybody down at SLU, faculty, and alumni. My bad. Next.
Okay, so after hearing you guys mention the metal tone of A Certain Shade of Green, I was wondering if you guys had ever heard the acoustic version. It's probably the best and most unique transposition of a rock song. It's really chill and jazzy. Highly recommend it. Flawless 3 out of 5 stars.
Let's get TJ Miller's opinion on it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Miller.
Hey, y'all.
What up, dude?
Hey. It's so cool that you keep those 3 or 4 people in here to clap.
Oh, yeah, they don't leave.
That's not a sound effect at all. How you doing?
They don't leave.
They can't leave.
They can't leave. They're actually.
It's their only.
They're chained. They're chained underneath the.
Yeah, and you would think that's how you know it's not a sound effect, because if you had a sound effect, it would sound like there's more people.
Well, here's what. Okay, you want a sound effect?
Because it only sounds like 3 people. Play it again. Can you play?
That's a sound effect.
Yeah, you know what's sad to me? What's very sad to me is I didn't get that sound effect. Let's play again. How excited people were that I came to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's just
TJ
about
Miller.
3 people.
Star of the Emoji Movie, TJ Miller.
Star of Mucinex. The Booger.
Oh, that's right. You're the Booger.
I
of the
was.
Commercial.
I was the Booger. I was just talking about a story that I have. I was the Booger for years for Mucinex. And I asked them once, I said, why did you guys choose me? Is it because I always sound sick? And they were like,
you do sound very phlegmy. That's
they didn't answer?
You know, they go, yeah. Yeah, that's a big part of it. So I thought that was so funny. But I was just talking about this story. One of my favorite stories that's ever happened to me in my life. I was on the phone at a CVS, and this woman sort of peeked her head in at the end of the aisle. And I looked and I made eye contact with her. She ran away really quickly. I was like, that is so strange. And then I'm talking, and I turned to the other end of the aisle, and she had run around to the other end of the aisle and was peeking in, and we made eye contact. She ran away really quickly. And I was like, this is the strangest thing. So I finished talking to Kate. That's my wife. I finished talking to Kate, and I get off the phone, and I turn. She's right there, inches from me. And I go, this, and she goes, that was the strangest thing. And I said, what? She goes, I was in the other aisle buying Mucinex, and I heard the Booger talking.
Oh.
And I thought it was one of those ads where you press the button and the Booger talks to you, but I couldn't find the button. And then I went in to see if somebody sounded like it, but each time we made eye contact, you stopped talking. But it was you the whole time. You're the Booger. And then she walked away forever. I never saw her again.
Did you come up and say, you sound like the Booger guy? And you go, I am.
No, she
You won't
just-
believe this. I am the
she
Booger
knew.
guy.
She saw me and she was like, you are the Booger. And she thought it was so crazy and she walked away. And I remember I was on the phone with Kate. We're talking about this guy that she just was working with and hated. And so the whole time I was talking to her, I can't curse on here.
No,
right?
no.
Because, so the whole time I was talking to her, I was like, that in piece of, he's such a mother error. So tell him to go himself or just know that he's a piece of, you know. So that's what she heard the Booger saying.
Yeah, you know, the Booger.
So she must have been like, whoa, Mucinex took a real left turn into marketing.
So like picking your nose was research, was role research.
Right, exactly. Just
like this is the role I've been destined
just
for.
getting
You're
sick.
like, dude,
yeah.
I'm the Booger, but I'm in Cloverfield, man. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, there you go. Deep cut first movie.
Dude, huge. My
It was
son,
so
that's
fun.
one of my son's favorite movies.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so fun. How old's your son?
He's 14 now, but he saw it. I showed it to him years ago when he was like starting to get into like, hey, show me some scary movies. And I was
Yeah,
like,
there's always that fun phase when you're kind of junior high-ish where you're like, scary movies are almost like your drug. You know, you just suddenly, you're like, oh my God, things can scare me. What's the scariest thing I can handle? Later, of course, that becomes heroin.
Yeah.
Oh,
now it's no, I don't.
Not for your son.
No, not
just
for him.
No.
For cool
Oh,
kids.
after when you're older than 21, when you're older than 21,
Then you can do
you
heroin.
it. No, my son's into action movies. Like now it's
Really?
like John Wick.
Like
and-
what? What?
Like John Wick and what did we watch? Watch Roadhouse
80 for Brady.
a couple weeks ago.
80 for Brady. Sniper coming in hot over here.
Yeah, now it's like action movies.
huh. My son's into the mystery stuff. Mystery shows, like that kind of thing. He loves Fringe and Lost and all those
Does your
kind
son
of shows.
think you're still cool?
I think I'm
We
at,
got sons the
I'm
same
at like
age.
a
My son's gonna be
25%.
50.
My
You're on
daughter,
the outs.
my daughter's like
I'm on the outs.
definitely not cool to my daughters.
Not cool anymore. Yeah, I
No,
think
I'm getting
daughters
there.
first are
Yeah,
sort of
for
like,
sure. The 15-year-old, like I hope she doesn't hate me.
really?
No, I mean in a
You
way.
seem great. Look at that
Yeah,
jacket.
we're super close, but like it was just like we were like best buds until like 2 years ago, you know. And she's becoming a teenager, so it's whatever.
That's kind of what it is. Now it's just about getting them out of the house.
Yeah, well, so my son is 15, and he's a jock, and I think
Oh, really?
he's starting to like trying to exert his dominance, and I think we need to go outside and fight.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
point.
should fight them.
yeah. That's what
People
it needs.
people don't do that much anymore. I
No, we need
remember
to
when
go
I was
outside.
Fight their
younger,
dads.
you would go out on the front yard at a certain age, 15 and a half,
Yeah,
and you just fist fight your dad.
yeah.
And it was
It's a
great
rite of
because you
passage.
don't win. It's very rare that a 15-year-old can beat up a grown man.
I've got dad strength. I really do have dad strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you lifted up that toddler when he was crushing the car.
Remember that?
Remember that?
Remember I did
That was a big thing in St. Louis. I remember.
headline: Riz saves toddler, lifts car. Dad strength
No,
saves
no,
the day again.
No, the toddler smashed the car, so you lifted the toddler to get the car out from underneath.
Yes.
Very sweet.
No, I think I may have to fight my son at some point. It's getting there.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Would you do it with boxing gloves?
No, bare knuckle.
Wow. Well, I just made a growling noise.
Actually, so you're 42 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just read a thing. The average person stops being cool at what age? Because look, he's cool, right? Look, you got the
I
glasses.
think TJ's cool.
What-
Yeah,
what
I'm
color
awesome,
glasses?
man. I forgot to bring a jacket from California to here. I didn't bring a phone charger.
Oh, nice.
I'm cool, man. I'm
You're
really
cool,
something
man.
else.
You got cool glasses. You got cool hair. You got cool facial hair.
Cool facial hair. I don't have a razor. That's cool about me. I'm living like an alcoholic, but I'm not drunk at all. I have all the bad things about being an alcoholic right now. Just forgot everything. I don't have any underwear or socks.
Nice. You just brought a toothbrush, hopefully?
That's what I
That's
brought.
it?
But no toothpaste.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I just use soap.
Well, it's not like you're going to a third world country.
Well, I'm headed to Denver to fight my dad.
Oh.
That's what I'm going to do.
When my
not bare knuckle though. We're gonna do it. We do it in those big inflatable sumo wrestler outfits.
Yeah.
And then whoever gets the other one out of the line gets the house.
No, what's good, TJ, is you could buy toothpaste anywhere. We got a CVS across the street if you need.
Now, I've heard about your CVS's in St. Louis, where women stare at you until you tell them that you're the booger.
Okay, so what age does the average person stop being cool? I have the number.
Stop. So being cool, of course, is kind of almost giving up on trying to be cool or something. Maybe. All right. So you think at what age? Wow, this is
at what age when we tend to feel like we're out of touch and can't follow the trends?
I see. What did you? Well, that doesn't exist anymore because of the internet. But what did you guys guess? Did you have guesses?
No, this is the first time I'm asking this question.
I'm going to guess 41.
41. Ooh. So it's over for me.
All of us.
Well, dang. I'm in hopes it's way.
I know
higher
that.
than
I know that when you
but-
start saying "dang," that's when you.
Yeah,
you're
that's
still
you're
cool.
right. So 36.
Scott's never been cool.
36.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're in rock and roll and music, so I feel like it was kind of pushed, or at least our understanding of us being cool, just for ourselves.
Yeah, I don't know why. What came to my mind is
it got pushed a
37.
37.
37? That
What
seems
do you
reasonable.
think, Riz?
I know the answer. It's 39.
39.
The average person stops being cool officially, according to a survey of 5,000 Americans at 39 years old.
Wow, that's so interesting. I kind of look at, it's because I'm older, I'm sure, but now I kind of look at people in their early 40s, like they're like early 40s, mid 40s, like that's the coolest you can be. Because I have this whole theory that that in your 20s, you kind of are building the person who you are. Because it doesn't happen in your high school years. And then once you've done that in your 30s, you're kind of living as that person that you've constructed in your 20s.
Yeah.
And then once you're in your 40s, you become an expert at being that person because you now have 10 years, which is what it takes to sort of
Master
get mastery
something?
of a skill. Yeah, 10,000 hours. And so in your 40s, you've become a master at living as the person you created in your 20s. And so but you're still kind of young, you know? And so your 40s, I think, is a really, really great time. And then hopefully by your 50s, you figured something out. Because you are,
I think this is strictly like pop culture, like you don't know the trends. So based on like slang, like a 39-year-old
Yeah, look, I'm here for
gives
that.
up keeping up with slang or
Yeah, I'm here for
celebrities.
that.
Like if I were to ask you who Emma Chamberlain
Let's go.
is.
Let's go. I'm here for that.
Who's Emma Chamberlain?
Those are slang. That's slang.
Let's go.
Let's
Who's
go.
what? Let's go.
Emma Chamberlain. If you were hip and cool, you'd know.
No, it's Walt Chamberlain's granddaughter.
Jacob Elordi. I have no idea who that is.
He's Jacob of Jesus' father. I mean, you keep coming.
Well, you are bucking the trend,
You
man.
keep
42
coming,
years
I'll
old,
come
you are
right
cool
back
as
at
hell.
you.
The arts. All right. Name a famous artist in 2024 other than Banksy.
Like an artist?
Yeah, name an artist.
People.
Okay, that's...
The first NFT went for $60 million at Sotheby's. I think that this is no longer a thing. I've thought about this a lot because of the internet. Right now, all of us could go online and figure out who are the top grossing artists, top 10. Right now, Shazam is a thing where whenever we hear a song that we like, which is new, we're not like, well, but I asked my kids what this is. You just use your phone and now you have that on your, on your phone.
But
Now
at
you
the
have
same
music.
time, everything that has been gamified for us is driving these algorithms to not feed us what he's referring to as like the newest pop culture stuff. So I'm not getting fed any of that crap.
They're feeding us what we like
you,
already.
But you will as soon as you Google who are the top artists of 2024. Then the algorithm will be like, oh, I guess they're interested in this.
The information's there, but I'm not interested in it. So
Well, so that's what I was going to say, is that this is all available to you. Anyone at any moment can figure out exactly what's hip, what's the slang, what's everything. Yeah. But at a certain age, you just stop caring. And I never thought that would be the case. I was like, well, I'll be able to keep up with any and all trends because of the internet. But what happens is at a certain age, you're like, this just isn't important anymore because I'm slowly marching towards my own death.
I was driving my daughter around yesterday, and I had like my Spotify playlist on, and it's like Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains. And she asked me, she goes, "Dad, do you listen to any of the top hits?" I go, "No, I don't." "Why, Dad?" "Because I don't want to.
Yeah,
It's not my type of music." And I turned it up and ripped off the knob and said, "This is what you're going to enjoy. Have fun with Alice in Chains."
Now go out in the yard and wait to fight your mother. Is what you said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait till we get home and you fight your mother.
But that would be such a good thing to say. Oh, wait till you fight your father. Wait till your father get home so you fight. What a funny idea. God. You wait till your father gets home. Mom, I don't want to fight Dad. Well, then you better clean your room.
Yeah.
And explain to me the top 3 visual artists.
Yes.
In 2024. I love it. I mean, I think, but you guys don't sometimes just like Shazam something and then you like it and you go into a hole, like and go all the
like new stuff.
Yeah, I'll just go into a rabbit hole of like, who are the best rappers right now or something like that. And then there's other stuff where like you remember emo rap, like Lil Xan, and there was this whole movement of like this terrible type of hip hop. And I just thought it was so funny. I remember I spent like a week just being like, what is this? And then I was done with all of it after a week. And I was like, well, I know what that is. I know what the thing is now that a certain age people like. And then I never listened to it again. And then it stopped being popular. And I remember I had a little moment where I was like, no, I was right.
Yeah, this is garbage.
Such a funny moment.
This is garbage.
At least you got a week.
Funny
I
moment.
get like 15 minutes if I'm lucky. I Shazam a lot of stuff on like TV shows. Like I'll see something, I'm like, well, that's a cool sound. I want to know what that is. And then I look at it and I go, oh, that's what that is. And then that's it. That's the end of the rabbit hole for me. I never hear it again. I never think about it. I don't even look it up to like leisurely listen to it like I initially thought I would.
Yeah.
I don't get very far.
On Spotify, I do it always tells me, hey, you might like this artist. So then I click it and I find new ones. You're like, ooh, this guy's cool.
Discover Weekly.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you may like these artists.
Yeah, so then there's that too. And I'm not really a Spotify guy. I do Apple Music, and I don't know what that says about me.
Class.
Means you're cool as hell.
No, I think I think it means it's been a few years. Yeah, I think it's been a few years since I've been cool.
You haven't been cool for at least 3 years.
I think that's right. What time do you begin being cool?
Oh, that's a
I guess they didn't have that.
Have that.
That's a better question.
Well, I don't
Very
know that
cool
it's
question.
better. Jesus, I'm sorry, Jeff. I can't believe what's happened. Thank God.
Hey, I do
Thank
want
God we're here together.
I do want to say that you are now a peanut butter man.
This guy. Yes, I am.
Dude, that stuff is so
Did you
good.
get the peanut butter?
Yeah, we
so
got the peanut butter.
freaking good. The cherry chocolate, it's gone, by the way.
Can I tell you what happened?
I like this. Sometimes I expect people will wait and try it on the air. No, they don't.
Oh, dude, we're Gavones
Because
here.
you try a little bit of it and you're like, oh my God. Somebody said it was almost a dessert peanut butter, but yeah, we have dark chocolate coconut. That's for the ladies.
Yeah.
And then cherry chocolate. That's for the fella.
Could I just tell you the story of what happened? So it came
Please.
like a week and a half ago. I want you to be quiet for a second.
I
Because
am.
I don't want you spinning this
There is no spin.
into whatever moon direction this is going to go in.
It's fine, whatever.
So we get a package. Riz, you have a package up front. Okay, what is it? King Scott brings it in. Holy cow, it's peanut butter. It's 3 jars of peanut butter. Like a nice glass jars.
Yeah.
I'm like, this ain't no Jif.
Nope.
I'm like, this is fancy peanut butter. Who's it from? Oh, it's TJ Miller sent over peanut butter. Because now TJ Miller is a peanut butter guy.
Yep.
Now he's doing the peanut butter thing. So we all got spoons.
Peanut butter thing is great.
We all got spoons. And since we're pigs, should we have waited for you to come in? No. I wanted to try it right then and there.
Okay, that was a weird moment. You said, should we have waited? No.
The answer is no.
I don't think anybody.
We should not have waited.
Yeah, I don't.
This needs to be consumed immediately.
Are you okay?
Because I want to know what it's like before TJ gets here. Because if it's crap, I'm not going to bring it up.
That's exactly right.
If I had to try it in front of you and it was garbage, it'd be awkward.
You guys have one of the chillest morning radio affects of any station I've ever been to or any show.
Thanks, man.
Well, thanks.
Nice.
In
Not
general,
done with the story.
You guys, no, I don't think you are. But that's how long you wait in between sentences.
Yes. Hey, it's just a bunch of fellas just chopping it up, right?
I think that's all it can be. Just a bunch of no longer cool fellas.
Yeah, just chopping it up, talking about peanut butter on a Friday morning.
Chopping it up and being sad about their kids.
So we got spoons. Everybody's dipping into the peanut butter. We're all going, oh, I like the chocolate cherry. I like the toffee. I like the, what was the other one?
Dark chocolate coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate coconut.
Yum, yum, yum.
I didn't even think I had that one because
I didn't have that one here.
I'll
either.
leave the studio. Yeah. Moon grabs all of them, takes them home.
That's not true.
What do you mean that's not true?
Well, first of all, we all left the studio because the show was over. Okay, so when the show is over, if you wanted something, you took it or you take it back to the office.
You didn't even offer.
Stop it.
Stop it. You didn't even offer.
You just admitted what he...
Just hang on.
Okay.
It's still in the studio.
Well, you guys really take your time talking.
It's in the studio. It's 10:45. It's 11. It's 11:15. I'm done. I'm done with my work. I was doing work over there.
Practically midnight in your world.
Exactly. It's freaking dinner time. I'm ready to go home. And I'm starving. TJ, I'm starving by this point.
Why is that?
Well, because we've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. So
You don't have any oatmeal or anything in the morning?
I have a banana and I don't know. He yells at me every time I eat.
You know what? I want to tell you something. That's really cool.
What's that?
That you eat a banana.
Thank you. On camera.
You're a cool guy.
Thank you very much. Well, a cool guy goes down to the office and was like, hey, guys, did anybody grab that peanut butter? Essentially saying, does anybody want the peanut butter? Did anybody grab, who grabbed what? Let's see what I can get my hands on here. And they said, no, I think it's still in the studio. Which anybody in this atmosphere is going to go, oh, cool. It's up for grabbies. So I came back
for grabbies.
I came back into the studio.
That's cool.
This guy.
I came back into the studio
say.
at 11 a.m. and I took all 3 and I was like, I'm out of here, man.
It's cool if you're 7.
Wow.
I got 15 kids at the house, so it's going to go. I typically get the spoils.
The 15 kids, when I saw you, the second I saw you, that's a virile guy.
You're darn right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a fertile man.
He just looked at you. You're pregnant. Congratulations.
What?
Oh,
I'm done with that.
child.
With child.
He's since got a vasectomy.
I'm done with it.
Really?
So
congrats, man.
2 vasectomies. Thank you.
2 in a row.
Yeah, basically.
Couldn't get
He
enough.
loved it so much he went back the next week.
Please.
That's like me with my proctologist. I love the guy. I never get to see him, so I'll go and get a colonoscopy
Just to say what's up.
every year and a half. Yeah.
So yes, I did take all 3 peanut butters, and they're freaking amazing. The cherry chocolate's been gone for days. It is a desserty sort of
From
peanut
what
butter.
I've had of it, it's delicious.
He really did. You said he stole the peanut butter, and he
didn't
goes,
steal it.
"No, I didn't." And then at the end of the story, he's like, "I took all of the
Well,
peanut butter."
yes. I acquired the peanut butter. I didn't steal it from anybody.
Acquiring it is so funny.
Yeah, I acquired this money from
But
the
that's
bank.
how good it
not
is. You can buy
from
it
my
on
bank
Amazon.com or on my website, tjmillerdoesnothaveawebsite.com. Or, more importantly, the better move is to come to my stand-up comedy shows tonight at the Funny Bone in Westport, tomorrow night at the Funny Bone in Westport, Sunday at the CVS on Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Where I do my Mucinex bits.
That's all your booger bits.
It's all the booger bits that you could ever hope for. And no, but I have 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, and I sell the peanut butter as my merch because nobody needs another T-shirt.
No, so the purpose of the peanut butter is...
Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's great merch. Because I have good ideas for T-shirts, but no guy needs another T-shirt. In fact, all of us, the women in our lives, are like, can't you get rid of some T-shirts?
It's a one-in, one-out policy at my house.
Really it is.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's what we have. We have watches and we have T-shirts. They can do bracelets, anklets,
The peanut butter is a great idea.
I will say, though, nobody has a T-shirt allergy. So what do you do if somebody comes up and is like, man, I really want to support you, but I have an allergy?
Moon, then their only option is to buy one of my 3 hot sauces.
Yeah, because it's got hot sauce
exactly
to it.
what Do you see how I handed you that segue?
I think you did, but in some ways I think I acquired it. Moon.
The peanut butter, the peanut butter, is this meant for bread? Because we were just eating it straight out of the jar.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Yes, you can put it on anything. People say, well, what do you put it on? I go, well, you can put it on
ice cream.
Apple. Whoa.
Dude.
You're way ahead of me there. I was going to say that was the ending of my...
Oh, sorry, my bad.
And no, it's not, because you're a cool guy and you're going to fight your kid.
Yeah, and I talk slow.
And you talk... Well, you don't talk slow. You guys just are kind of... It's morning time.
It's Friday, man.
What other morning? I mean...
It is Friday. No, but I'm just saying, it's a good thing. A lot of morning. Hey, oh, yeah, here we go, Dad. You have to tell us this, TJ. Bing bong. Oh, look, we got another guest. Oh, it's morning time for the old donkey. Like, it can be that. You guys are just kind of, yeah, I feel like this is the show that you kind of get high, go to work, and kind of start the day slow. And you're going to kind of creep in.
Who wants to be yelled at in the morning?
Not me. Mm-hmm. Not by my dad.
Not me.
Not him saying, get out on the front lawn.
It's time to fight.
Get your bare knuckles ready.
No, we'll tape our knuckles. It's going to be one of those
tape knuckles.
Tape
coins
knuckle
in there
situation.
at all?
No.
Okay.
Can't put. The only thing he just chimes in with like, "Are you gonna fight dirty?"
Come on.
Yeah. So you can. Yeah. It's you go hot sauce. You go peanut butter. I put some hot sauce in the peanut butter. I'll put the peanut butter on Triscuits, but why? I would say, why are you putting anything between you and the peanut butter itself? So you can eat it out of there. But we had an experiment. My wife and I came home, we were kind of drunk, and we were like, well, what do we have to eat? And it was like, well, I got some of my peanut butter. She's like, yeah, we have ice cream. So we put the toffee crispy peanut butter with vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yum, yum, yum.
The cherry one with the ice cream would be
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Toffee's my favorite because I love toffee, so I was excited about making that. I wanted to do one.
You decided to go crunchy, by the way.
I never eat smooth peanut butter. I have an album out right now on Spotify.
Tell me more.
And it's called Smooth Peanut Butter. And it's my first stand-up comedy album with like an actual label. And I have a joke in the album, it's the reason I named it that, about how like peanut butter, people who only eat creamy peanut, only eat smooth peanut butter, I just don't think they're prepared for the challenges they're going to face in life. And I just have never understood smooth peanut butter for any reason.
Because I think we're a smooth peanut butter show.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of get, again, you've got this kind of energy, this vibe that is very like smooth peanut butter. You're right. And I'm not against that. But yeah, I do the crunchy, but like toffee crispy is toffee, milk chocolate, and Rice Krispies. That's pretty crunchy. And it's delicious. You two would know. Because someone else in here acquired the peanut butter.
I didn't have any of the...
Because he said he's a smooth peanut butter guy, which is what he said when it was dropped off.
Yeah, and I did say that. But
oh my God.
It's crazy how more truths keep coming out.
No.
And I agreed to do the show?
No, the truth is...
Why was I not told this?
Just said.
I said,
I want you and you come out here on the yard with me.
We're going out onto Olive right after
We're going
this.
out there.
And bare knuckling it.
No, I'm gonna tape in between my fingers.
I said, TJ has decided to go with a crunchy peanut butter. Huh, interesting. That's what I said. And I took spoon, and I go, this works.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, did you look at me and think that I was a smooth peanut butter guy? Because you said TJ's decided to...
Definitely not.
You think crunchy when you look at me?
For sure, man.
I think we've done...
I would have thought crunchy for you. But
We've done the research, and I think America is divided. I think it's 50-50 smooth, crunchy.
Is it really?
No. Really? Well, you have to think. Yeah, look it up. I got to say, you have to think. I mean, they offer both. They've never stopped offering one.
True.
There's not more of it than the other.
I will say, dude.
But smooth peanut butter feels so much like maybe 2 girls, 1 cup ruined it for me.
I hate to associate you with a character.
That's cool, though, to know that. That's a trend.
Yeah.
That we were all part of.
The 2 girls, 1 cup thing?
Oh, I can't believe it.
I hate to associate you with a character.
The current trendy version of that is Drake's penis.
Okay, the latest...
I don't know that. I don't know that. See, I don't know that trend. I've been uncool since 39.
Everybody thought Drake may have... right, this is the one where he leaked his own penis?
Yeah, sure.
It's impressive.
What? I don't know that.
If it's even his real
penis.
Ever since you're a Silicon Valley character, man, I'm like, this is a crunchy peanut butter guy. For sure.
Really?
For sure, dude. That's one of the greatest characters.
I wonder
ever
if
done.
Ehrlich was. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is kind of. Mike Judge and Alec Berg told me that once. They were like, we think this could be one of the great characters in television history.
It is.
Dude, it was.
They were telling me that because I was showing up so tired. Like, you got to get it together, man. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm doing stand-up comedy every night after these shows.
Loved the show, but it fell
Ehrlich
off.
Bachman is one.
It fell off without you.
In top 10 favorite.
Yeah, I mean,
character of
but
all time.
it's not just me. What show is great in its 5th and 6th season?
Yeah,
maybe
very,
The Sopranos,
very few.
but like Breaking Bad wasn't.
Really?
You know, and your kid might think, Lost with the mystery shows, but no, that didn't. It's just you can't sustain it. It's
That's why the English always do 1 or 2 seasons, and
yeah, exactly, or 2 or 3, and then that's the jump the shark. There's like a name for when a show just suddenly goes downhill because they run out of ideas. So that's why I left. I was like, this just isn't gonna get better. I don't want to be on the 6th season of a television series where people are like, yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, until I don't know, season 6 was sort of bad. It's like I just didn't want to be a part of that. And I was doing films and stuff. And
Anytime
stand-up.
you would say your company Aviato, I would laugh.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's the best name. That's the best name.
That's the best. And that guy Jimmy O. Yang was so funny. The Chinese stand-up comedian.
Are there any shows out there?
Chinese chicken.
Any shows out there right now that you're into that you would like to see kind of go far, or
What should he's asking what he should watch.
Yeah, we're always talking about shows on
show
here.
suggestions.
It's such a bummer. I don't watch much of anything. I watch movies more than television because that's what I do, sort of. So that feels more like research.
Don't tell me you don't have a TV in the house.
Oh God, what if I was one of those?
Get out. We're definitely fighting.
What of those?
Yeah, that's a bare knuckle clothed fingers fight. Bare knuckle covered fingers. I like the idea of just tape in between the knuckles and the fingernails.
No, if you had no TV in the house, I'm punching. You're probably slapping.
Yeah, well, not even slapping. I'm just yelling and saying, "Stop! Enough is enough. Words hurt, but fists hurt more." Just what I would yell. No. We have. Dude, in my house, one of the reasons I bought our place in New York City was because it had a drop-down projector. It was like the real estate agent was like,
cool.
It's this, and then he goes, and of course you'll want to see this, and clicks a hidden switch, and then a projector comes down. I was like, where is the projector? They're like, it's hidden back here. And that was my father growing up. That was his biggest thing, was a home theater. He put so much of his life was working to have cool cars and then a movie theater in the house. And we had, Coca-Cola that he had a popcorn machine really early on.
Oh,
and when you're a kid, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Of course, as an adult, you're like, well, I mean, that's expensive, but it's not like the end of the world.
Yeah, I never heard that though, about you. Did that play a role in you going
Absolutely,
into showbiz?
100%. Because every night we would watch a movie. I mean, I think as I got older and maybe thought I was a little cooler, although I never was really a guy that was like, my dad's such a bore, B-O-O-R. But I think I watched all the James Bond movies in sequence, like in a row, all the Woody Allen movies, all of the Marx Brothers movies. The Thin Man was this really important
cinephile.
series.
I know.
Yeah, but my father really was a cinephile, and we got laser discs in the 90s. And he would go every week, and he would let me pick out one laser disc. And I was always going to the video store. I would bicycle down to Hollywood Video.
Did he say, son, Laserdisc, this is the future?
Yeah, he did. But you know what? We have over 1,000 laser discs. And so when I go home, I still will sort of go through them. It's so weird because they have sort of a vinyl quality when you pull them out and the front of them. Because when you look at vinyl albums, for some reason, because of their size, you're like, whoa. And the album art is so important. And so I still go back and we'll watch Laserdiscs.
Why?
And
why can't you get the same thing streaming?
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't. First of all, it's not as nostalgic. But lasers are kind of like vinyl. They're having a little resurgence. They just have a certain look to them. It's like a softer focus.
I don't know anybody with a Laserdisc player.
Well, now
I know somebody.
He's got
TJ
the vault.
Miller's dad.
Yeah,
I'm the guy. Yeah, we have the vault. We have all these. I don't have to buy them on streaming. And we have some pretty old movies that are now 30 years old. You can't even get them on Blu-ray. Stuff
probably
like
worth
that.
like tens of dollars.
No, dollars worth of dollars. They're worth dollars worth of dollars.
That's so cool.
Single units.
So cool, man.
But so I would at the end, every night would kind of go and see. We would watch movies, and so I think I saw so many movies that I really started to say, I guess that's how you act in movies, because I've been friends with a lot of people that are incredibly talented. It's the Silicon Valley guys, Kumail Nanjiani and Thomas Middleditch. I came up in the Chicago scene with them. Zach Woods, a very, very funny guy who played Jared on that. Then I've done a lot of television, and it's just there's a lot of guys that are sort of built for sitcoms or Saturday Night Live. I know people that have gotten on Saturday Night Live and great stand-up comedians who can fill entire stadiums and things, and they can't do film.
Yeah.
It's just being a movie star is just for some reason so different from being a television star or a stand-up comedian. There's this kid, Matt Rife. Do you guys know who that is?
Oh, yeah, the comedian.
Okay, so you're not out of touch.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's the one with the beautiful jawline, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Who knows?
Chiseled abs.
Yeah. When's the last time? I don't know the last time I've looked at a man and been like, look at that jawline.
It's remarkable.
Yum, yum, yum. And so I did a show with him at the Netflix is a Joke Comedy Festival in Los Angeles. I was just doing that this last week. And I did a show with him. And I did it really because I was like, what is he like? I'm interested. I know his manager pretty well. I was like, what is he like exactly? And so I went, and it was I'm a very big improviser, sort of as far as crowd work and riffing and stuff like that. I'm known to be one of the ones that really does that. And he's incredibly fast. He's very, very, very funny, very good at improvisation.
He's the it guy now, man.
Well, yeah,
he's the it guy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he can fill. I don't know if he's in Madison Square Garden, but yeah, he did the Hollywood Bowl. He's like it's a big thing. His fans it's a strange thing there. It's a lot of young girls.
Yeah, and he's dirty
who have
too.
yet to fight their mothers. Yeah, well, he can be a little dirty. He can be a lot of different things. He can sort of.
He's
push
a heartthrob. He's a
heartthrob. He's Dane Cook. Yeah. He's our generation's Dane Cook.
Whoa!
And so
I
this Blue Moon's mind.
Well, I'm just saying, I never thought about it that way. But yeah,
oh right. No, it's true. And Sebastian Maniscalco is Andrew Dice Clay.
Love
so
him.
every generation needs to have. I know. I mean, love him, but I love Dice. It's just that was such a ridiculous era. But we all need our sort of Italian, silly, being extra Italian.
Yeah. It's the
we
quota.
Need kind of the heartthrob.
Every generation has the quota to fill
here in St. Louis. The Italian void filler.
Yeah.
Rizzuto, here we go.
Thank you, man.
Here I am, just slowly making my way through the morning. And so he is. And so I went and I did the show, and he was funny, I did a thing that I thought was interesting, which is I went on stage. He's a fan of mine. And I went on stage, and they tried to do their thing, and I kind of blew everybody away with a little bit of riffing. And then I sort of stopped them from doing their thing. It's him and a buddy. And I just kind of asked them about themselves. I wanted to learn about his buddy, and I didn't really make fun of him for being kind of the Ringo. Other people were doing that. And then Matt Rife, I just said, like, what do you do, and how much do you improvise, and does it make you angry to go and try and do shows in your material and people yell stuff out and they want you to riff and do audience work? And I asked him all those questions, and then I said, I heard that you want to do acting, that you'd rather act. Is that true? I said, yeah, no, I like acting more than I like stand-up comedy. And he said, don't you? And I said, no, I prefer stand-up comedy. Because in acting, you're just an employee. It's just a job.
Yeah, you're reading somebody else's lines.
And in stand-up comedy, you're the writer, producer, director, actor, editor. You're everything. And you can do it when you want, where you want, how you want.
Yeah, well, let's say radio, but they tell you where to be, at what time.
Yeah, but you know what? This is interesting to me. I really respect radio people.
Thank you.
Well, almost all of them. And
dadgummit, Scott.
Dadgummit, dang. Dang. And but you guys are improvising an entire hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's
4 hours.
Yeah, and you come up, and people will say to me, well, they come up with bits and stuff, and I go, sort of. If really good radio is, here's the plan, and then it gets off track, and now you're talking about something completely different,
right,
and then you forget if you went back to the thing, and then you decide to change what song you're going to play, or you have to play this song because the station's so you kind of make fun of the fact that you have. It's like it is completely improvised, essentially. And so I said to him, I said, you want to be an actor? I prefer stand-up comedy. And he just kind of blew his mind. And then I talked to him just for a little bit after the show. and it's so. I mean, he's quite famous. I mean, he's taking as many pictures as I am.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
very, very famous in that world. If he goes into a Chase Bank or something, there's only a certain demographic that knows who he is. But I asked him, I go, so what do you like doing stand-up and, and all this? And I was like, but you want to be a movie star, don't you? And it was interesting because he was like, I mean, and I was like, you do. That's what you want to be. You want to be a movie star. And he was like, I mean, yeah, that's what I go, that's interesting. Yeah, because it's cool, isn't it? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, it's the only thing that's cooler than being a stand-up comedian, isn't it? He was like, yeah. It's really weird. I was messing with him a little bit, but I sort of said that, and then I said to him, I go, well, you're going to get really one chance.
Yeah,
and so you got to be.
He's a guy that's going to get a shot.
You got to be really careful because if you don't get that right, then it's not going to work, and you can't really come play a little part. But I said to him, what you should do is do a 4-hander or a 3-hander do The Hangover. Be Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover. That's
who's getting it right is Andrew Santino has been doing it.
But
Bill Burr has been kind of getting these little bit parts here and there.
Oh, for sure. And the thing about Andrew Santino is he's doing. I mean, he's a ginger, so that helps. But he did Curb Your Enthusiasm. I saw him on that.
He's
guy
great on
next
Dave.
to me was, and Dave's great. I love it. But what I'm sort of talking about is like, is Andrew Santino a movie star?
Or is he in the movies?
Probably not.
No, that Matt Rife guy's got he could get a shot.
Oh, no. I know. I'm telling you he's going to.
Yeah.
But so did Dane Cook. And
he was in that movie. What
was it, like a mall or shopping?
He got
like
Mr.
Costco.
Brooks. Yeah.
He got 3 shots. He got
Employee of the Month or something?
Employee of the Month.
But that was really early. It was when they were actually trying to position him as a movie star. He did Good Luck Chuck.
Oh, yeah, with Jessica Alba?
No, Jessica Simpson was in the Costco movie with him. Where they were in like the big.
Yeah.
No, you know what? You're right. Employee of the Month. That was like it. You're right.
But there was one that
I was talking
filmed
about Waiting, but that was Ryan Reynolds.
That was Ryan Reynolds,
He was in it. But so anyway, Dane Cook he sort of had he had that sort of shot, and it sort of
didn't work.
It didn't work because he hadn't acted, and also they don't. Hollywood doesn't. My Best Friend's Girl.
Yep.
That I think was his first one, and then Good Luck Chuck, and those didn't. And Good Luck Chuck was like nobody knew what was going on. Whoever he had sex with, the next person, they would be with that girl forever. Like it just was such a bizarre idea for a movie, so bizarre. But once you do 2 movies that don't work, Joe Coy did a movie called Easter Sunday, which came out in the summer.
That's weird.
No one quite understood that. But then again, it wasn't a good movie, and so he's not going to. So really the only way to do it where it's really solid is sort of what I did, which is you just are in movie after movie, and you're kind of the best part of it, or you're really a fun part of the movie. And then you get to the point where you're starring in the movie, so like Office Christmas Party.
Yeah.
And people by that time trust you. They're like, oh, he's going to be great. Of course I'll watch a movie where he's at the center of it.
Yeah.
And so that was the thing with Matt Rife, is I was kind of like, you got to figure out how to do that without. But I don't know. It just doesn't translate. It's just Hollywood often will be like, well, this guy's filling Madison Square Garden. But Sebastian Maniscalco, I think, has been in a couple of things.
Oh, he was in a Scorsese movie.
Stuff. Yeah, so I think, but
Hollywood.
He's got it different because if you really want the funniest, most Italian guy, he's the only one
guy.
You can go to. Yeah, you can't go anywhere else.
Listen.
Same with the redhead.
That's your next redheaded star. Listen,
he's already a star.
We've been talking for an hour. Can you believe this? We've been talking for almost an hour right now.
Wow. All 3 of us?
Yeah. We've got a major award for you, by the way. This is your second time. This is your second time on the Riz Show. So you get the official Riz Show Second Timers Club certificate.
Really? This is so exciting.
Congratulations.
For so many reasons.
Congratulations.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
And look at this, the presenter.
Uh-huh.
Does this really look like you're...
Yes.
That's really how you sign your name?
It's the coolest signature ever.
It may or may not
Now
be.
that's a dad who's going to fight his son.
Yeah, that may or may not be from Billy Madison.
You must have had a decent joke to be invited to the exclusive Rizzuto Show Club. I suggest you post this on all of your social media and retain a copy on your person at all times. This authentic, certified, official, spell checked for real, licensed, verified certificate cannot be replicated, forged, or lied about because no one would believe you. Keep doing what you're doing because Riz says so. Congratulations on your achievement. And then
There
it
it
just
is.
has a picture of a guy fighting his son.
Yep. Congratulations,
Tape
buddy.
all over his peanut. Thank you so much.
Hey, listen, see TJ Miller, Funny Bone tonight and tomorrow.
Tonight and tomorrow, very few tickets left. Come
Buy
to the
his
late show
peanut butter.
tonight. That's fun. Buy the peanut butter. TJ Miller does not have a website.com. On Instagram, Teenage Millionaire, not TJ Miller on TikTok. Go check out my YouTube channel. I've got so many great little mini specials, and my special Dear Jonah is so excellent. My album Smooth Peanut Butter is streaming everywhere. Guys, let's stay hip.
We're trying.
Even if we're older than 39, let's stay
Even
hip.
for a second.
Heck yeah, man.
Hey, next time you come back, you get a Third Timers Club certificate.
I don't think that's true.
There he is, the great TJ Miller.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
I will take a break. We'll come back. It's 8:56 Friday. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more, and the NASCAR Cup Series June 1st and 2nd. Tickets are available now at www.raceway.com. Lane blocked due to a stall. Vehicle 70 eastbound at Earth City Expressway. On the southern side, we got right lane blocked due to a crash 270 northbound at Tesson Ferry. Your point forecast, slight chance for a spot shower. High of 72. Right now it's 58 at the Point Studio.
People thought they had the perfect plan, but somewhere along the line, that perfect plan went completely sideways. And it became an Uber, an Ultra. Dare I say it? Oh, I'm going to say it. Mega. Here we go.
Failed.
All right, guys.
Wow.
Just the three of us.
You sounded great, boss.
Well, you got to sing tomorrow. Can you feel the punk tonight? Tomorrow. It's pageant.
I'm prepared.
Ready to go.
I am so stoked.
Consider yourself warmed up.
I'm warm.
And your Friday Fail story is sponsored by
Moritz Reusch Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
All right, so we got some stories for you. We'll start with a local one. 2 people are in St. Louis facing charges after a burglary spree that happened over the course of 2 nights in April. Now we're talking smash and grabs at 11 South St. Louis businesses. First, there's 21-year-old Glenn Ray, hit with 31 felony and misdemeanor charges. Then there's 18-year-old Leslie Jones. Now, how did these two get caught? Well, Leslie was wearing an ankle monitor. You know, the ankle monitor that court requires you to wear so they know where you are? Mm-hmm. So he was placed at the scene of all the smash and grabs, including places like Molly's and Bogart's. Yep. Okay.
Failed.
These are not good guys. Glenn Ray, the first guy, was actually on GPS monitoring until November of last year. He was busted tampering with a motor vehicle. Then on May 1st, he was charged with felony robbery for using a gun to steal somebody's cell phone at a South City Sonic. So, they behind bars. So cops say a, quote, highly intoxicated grandfather in California He's been charged with child endangerment after he paid a homeless woman $20 so he could grab a drink. Watch my granddaughter. Here's $20. I'm going to go grab a drink at the bar.
Wow.
What could go wrong here?
Nothing.
Police in Sacramento got a call from somebody saying that a man was walking around the parking lot of the bar pleading for help because his granddaughter was missing. He had gone in to get the drink. Homeless woman watching the granddaughter. He comes back out there gone. Now he's yelling and screaming. Police used a helicopter, drones, canine unit. They launched the search. About 30 minutes later, cops say the homeless woman, the woman that Gramps had left the kid with, heard an announcement on a PA system about the search and brought the girl back to the parking lot.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. So she said the girl's grandpa had given her money to take the kid to a thrift store. She also said grandpa was hammered, and she didn't think he could care for the kid. Kid was all right.
This is going to come up in Grandpa's intervention.
So when asked why he left the girl with the homeless woman, Grandpa said, she seemed trustworthy. Yep, charged with child endangerment.
Failed.
That'll be the opening song and the closing song to the...
to Gramps watching the kid?
To Pop-Pop's intervention. Remember this?
Remember you did this?
Let me remind you again. Do you remember this?
Man.
Okay, so this next story, you got to feel a little for this guy, especially with how this is worded. So a 27-year-old guy from Costa Mesa, California, facing charges for threatening to kill a doctor who gave him near constant diarrhea. Yeah. His name is Robert McDougall, and he has ulcerative colitis, a painful condition that affects the bowels. So he had major surgery back in 2020 that involved removing his colon and claims it wasn't really necessary.
Oh, my gosh.
He says it's caused him to have daily attacks of diarrhea at least 15 times a day. Now, according to the FBI, he blames his surgeon, who he's been threatening online for the past 4 years. And they're not light threats. Like, he's talked about killing and torturing him and says things like, he needs to feel levels of pain no living creature has ever felt.
Well, you can't do that.
No, and he's facing stalking charges. Not his first run-in with the law. 3 years before the surgery, he got arrested and kicked out of college after flipping out on a professor who gave him a B. He slashed the tires of 2 campus security vehicles and carved swastikas into the hoods. So, yeah, this...
doesn't seem like good ideas.
This guy, full of terrible ideas. And I do feel for him in a way.
Yeah.
Now, see, here he is talking... Here's the guy talking.
Wait, you feel for him because of one of the things that he says
because of the constant diarrhea. If we were to take him for his word.
Yeah, right.
But he seems like a piece of garbage as it is.
Because he could have had good counsel and he would have been paid quite handsomely and could enjoy constant diarrhea.
That's if that story is correct.
If it's true. Well, listen, here he is talking to YouTube, making threats against the doctor. So this is what we're talking about.
Jared, do you think that there's a moment that goes by where I don't think about your face and hurting you and hurting you? Jared is the one. You, Jared, are the one. This was the course of my life. The course of my life, the course of my treatment for my ulcerative colitis. I was about to try Stellaire and Xeljanz together, and he just destroys, shatters the life that I had.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody who's...
That is...
yeah.
Yeah, so that's nice. That
he's off the street? Yeah.
Yeah, for himself and for others.
A man and a woman up in Wisconsin are having, or are in trouble for having sex in a county jail lobby.
In the lobby?
In the lobby. Yep, you can't do that. So we got 28-year-old Desmond Cleveland, 67-year-old Karen Hill. Back on May 2nd, a Waukesha County jail supervisor reported seeing 2 individuals having sex right there in the lobby. This was 3 a.m. By the time sheriff's deputies got there, Desmond was gone. Karen's still there. Video surveillance confirmed. Yep, it happened. Intercourse. Karen said that Desmond was her boyfriend. They intended to hang out at a boarding house. They got locked out. Next thing you know, they walk into the jail lobby, took a nap. Karen did admit that they did have sex. It was consensual. Cops caught up with Desmond, and he said, quote, sex happens. Both been charged with disorderly conduct.
Leave it to Friday Fails, man. Just make it right back to, wow, this is a strange planet.
This is, 28-year-old Desmond.
And a 67-year-old, that's
Yeah.
right.
I didn't even catch
Let's
that.
not gloss
Buddy.
over that fact.
Nice work,
Didn't
buddy.
catch that, dude.
Yeah. All right, 2 more for you. This one is from Sackett's Harbor, New York, where a guy told cops that he drove his car into a lake last Monday. It's at 2 a.m. because his GPS told him to.
Okay.
This guy, 26 years old, driving down a road. GPS says, make a right turn. Make right turn.
Okay.
And he did, and he didn't see the bolt launch and drove right into the lake. Not hurt, but given tickets for operating a motor vehicle without a driver's license, leaving the scene of a property damage accident, and leaving a motor vehicle unattended.
Failed.
It was also unintended.
Unintended, yeah. And finally, a guy from Florida taken to jail after he vandalized a Broward Sheriff's Office marked patrol car last week. His name is Enderlin Leonce. He's 33 years old, arrested on a criminal mischief charge. Now, according to the arrest report, a witness reported seeing a man, later ID'd as Enderlin, vandalizing the patrol car before taking off. Now, how do they know it was Enderlin?
ID or something left behind.
Whoever it was used a metal tool to etch something into the car, and here's what it said, quote, exactly, the name is Enderlin Leonce.
He put the name is?
Yeah.
The name is...
The name is Enderlin Leonce.
I do declare.
And he did it on the driver's side hood of the patrol car.
What the heck?
And an officer said, okay, let's look up this guy. And he lived nearby, rolled out to him. When talking to him, Enderlin said, I did it. I committed a crime, and I should be going to jail. And he was also found carrying a metal joint pliers with green paint transferred to the tip of them, like with the paint from the patrol car.
Crazy.
So he did about $1,000 worth of damage.
Failed.
And those were your Friday fail stories. We'll take a break. We'll come back with sports. It is 9:18. Damn, 9:18. Friday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by The Name is Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Confluence Music Festival with The Name, Ludacris, Riley Green, and more. And the NASCAR Cup Series June 1st and 2nd. Tickets available now at www.raceway.com. Still got that lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 70 eastbound at Earth City Expressway. Your point forecast, slight chance of spot showers today. High of 72 right now. It's 58 at the Point Studio.
Hey, this is Marie Bamford, and you're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Riz.
All right, I think we should end the week the right way.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, King Scott and today's Headline Goo.
What's going on in the news today?
All right, here we go, King Scott and some jokes.
Sunday is Mother's Day, and it's estimated there are 85 million mothers in America, all thanks to Nick Cannon.
Nice.
Mothers say the most stressful number of children to have is 3, while fathers say the most stressful number of children is to have any. Researchers were shocked to find a great white shark off the coast of Alabama because it had all its teeth. May is National Masturbation Month. To be safe, you might not want to shake anyone's hand until June. Walmart store managers make an average of $124,000 a year, also at 6 figures at Walmart, the average wage of their customers. 60% of Americans want marijuana legalized. The problem is that when they schedule a rally to show their support, they forget to show up. Experts say it's okay to eat cicadas. Thanks, but if I want to eat bugs, I'll buy a can of Trader Joe's soup. Yeah. Disneyland will expand over the next decade, which means it'll be finished by the time you get to the front of the line of Space Mountain. Bono turned 64 today. Nowadays, when he says, I still haven't found what I'm looking for, it's his keys. Today is National Golf Day, and man, it's going to be hard getting through the first one without OJ.
All right, now some dad jokes.
Now some dad jokes.
All right,
ready?
here we go.
Woo!
Here we go.
All right. My cloning experiment was successful. I'm so excited, I'm beside myself. My friend asked me to name 2 structures that hold water. I was like, well, damn.
Yes. Yes.
Parallel lines have so much in common. Too bad they'll never meet. And finally, what's the loneliest cheese?
What is the loneliest cheese?
Provolone. It made the groovy with you.
Thank you, Scott. One final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. All right, and now it's just King Scott and I. Moon left to go do load-in over the pageant.
And I hate to do this to you, but I got to run right now, so.
I got to get out of here, too.
Ah!
All right, Can You Feel the Punk tonight is tomorrow night over at the pageant. 2 shows. Tickets are available. Go to the pageant's website to get those. Also, tomorrow, meet King Scott and Liv with Prestige Pools from 11 to 1. They're having a big tent sale at the Galleria.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the name of today's podcast?
Today's podcast is You Are the Booger, TJ Miller.
Okay. Big thanks to TJ Miller for coming to the show, spending about an hour with us. If you missed it, hit up the podcast, which will be up in about 45 minutes, an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even less.
You know what? I might use the high-speed internet today instead of dial-up.
I don't know.
I normally use dial-up, but today I'm going high-speed.
I don't know. All right, we leave you with a selection for our Team Riz Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shots, proud partner of the St. Louis Battlehawks. From St. Peters, Missouri, Brian Upson is our Team Riz Member of the Day. He wants to hear this song. Here it is. Great one.
Oh, nice choice.
And we will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Hey, this is Jim Florentine, and you're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Riz. I mean, you're a grown man. Are you still doing birthdays? You know what I mean? That's for kids. Birthdays are for kids. All right, great. So it's your birthday. I'll meet you at Chuck E. Cheese. We'll play some games and have some cake. Yay.